The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school boards. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary, nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school boards. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary, nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation.
Well, maybe he has a decent attitude right now. I just... Got it. Oh!
That was beautiful video running, I tell you. Don't miss our newest outdoor series at NSS Media as we follow local angler Wes Roberts as he returns to the sport of tournament fishing after a 13-year absence with a newfound passion. Follow Heart of Grace Outdoors on Facebook and get your Heart of Grace gear now and look for new episodes coming in November. What is up, and welcome everybody to Maumelle, Arkansas, on the Natural State Sports High School Football Game of the Week as we get started with the road to the Rock in the 5A playoffs. This matchup between the Nettleton Raiders and the Maumelle Hornets. Joining me once again this week after a couple weeks hiatus, my buddy Andy. Andy, how you doing tonight, man?
I am swell.
Are you? You feel better?
I never felt bad, really.
You recovered from your serious bout with...
Oh, yeah. Oh,
COVID?
fully recovered.
Oh, that's
recovered.
good. Glad to hear that.
That's what you want to call it.
Glad to hear that. So
I don't have a fever. I haven't had a fever, but for a whole 2 days
That's good.
of a 10-day quarantine, according to CDC or whatever it is.
Right.
So let's roll.
Let's do it. I'm ready for the playoffs, man. So
I'm excited about this.
as Mr. Moat headed out there currently to call the toss here, and that is, I'm looking, that's number
Scarlett.
9 on the other side. There you go. That is their
Starting QB.
starting junior quarterback. So a little rundown of these two teams. So Nettleton comes into this game having not played in 3 weeks since a loss to Greene County Tech, 28-21. COVID has really hurt this program over the last 3 weeks. What a weird year in high school football that
Man.
you can basically not play for 3 weeks and walk into the playoffs with an opportunity to upset a team. And then we look conversely at this Maumelle team who dealt with COVID midseason and hasn't lost since hitting the field since that happened. So looking forward to seeing two teams kind of headed in different directions right now and see what they bring to the field. We obviously know how much talent this Maumelle program has, and we look forward to seeing these guys really go to town tonight. So excited to see what this Maumelle team, what this Nettleton team has got going on. So I don't know. Did we get turned down there?
Can't hear myself think.
There we go. Now we're better. All right.
Okay. Whew, I was scared. I didn't know what was
I was
happening.
like, what is happening? Why is things turning down?
I was like, hold on.
So, obviously, guys, take the COVID stuff seriously. Wash your hands, wear your mask, do what they say. We want to see all of these teams get to finish their seasons the way they're supposed to. And, we've already seen the casualties. A team like Benton.
So unfortunate.
Yeah,
man.
Bentonville West. Earl, I think, was one of the teams that's had to cancel. So some unfortunate scenarios in high school football this week as we get to the point where you just don't want the cases, and unfortunately the cases are starting to explode right now.
Yeah, very quickly. I think Catholic was supposed to play Marion, was it?
No, so Benton was supposed to play Marion, and Catholic was supposed to play Bentonville West.
That's what it was. Because, like I said, Catholic gets to move on due to a forfeit, which is very unfortunate. Like I said, you'd never want your season to end like that. I know I wouldn't for sure.
Right, yeah, for sure. So
Looks like we got Maumelle entering the field here.
yeah, Maumelle about to hit the field, and I'll introduce you to the rest of our crew right there on that field camera. And getting ready for these Maumelle Hornets to come out on the field is our field camera, Matthew Rush. We really appreciate Matt down on the field giving you those great angles. And as we see a couple different guys, and let's see, that's DeSheriff Ford Burton and Josh Marshall, of course, and now Moats joining this pregame huddle over there in the sidelines as they get ready to come out. And we got the national anthem playing. We should probably respect that for a moment. Oops.
Play some football.
All right, looks like we're ready for this Maumelle team to come out on the field. And did we lose that camera? It froze up over here, so hopefully. Okay.
Well then.
All right. As the Maumelle Hornets have made their way out onto the field, we are about 2.5 minutes from kickoff here from Maumelle, Arkansas. And, man, I don't know about you, Andy, but I'm looking forward to watching these two teams go at it tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you a bunch. We've covered Maumelle several different times this year and kind of got to know who their stars are and who their go-tos are. who's going to make their big plays on defense for the most part. Same with the offense. And then you get a Nettleton team who's coming in here, and we really don't know a lot about them. Know they got some pretty big boys down there for sure.
I was going to say, when I was doing my pregame walk around the field, I'll say this, that Nettleton team passes the eye test. They've got some size. I don't have any sizes in front of me for this Nettleton team, but I can tell you right now there's a couple of guys down there that are massive. They got a nose tackle on the defensive side of the ball that I swear looked like he was about 5'8", 400 pounds. He's probably not quite that big, but he's very low built to the ground.
He's quick.
I wouldn't want to be behind him in any capacity because I don't think those pants fit very well. But other than that, he's a big man trying to do some work down there on the field during pregame.
Going to do some shoving.
Yeah, he's going to do something.
Straight bulldozer in the center.
Looking forward to seeing that matchup. The one thing that I watched and noticed about Nettleton, they don't look like they've got the same speed that Maumelle has. Maumelle should be able to take advantage of the speed. Take advantage of the speed advantage tonight and get to the outsides against this Nettleton team. Nettleton definitely looks like a team's going to be stronger up the middle, and so we'll look and see if Coach Horton and this Maumelle offense decide to try to get the ball out to the perimeter more tonight.
They start bouncing it off of Ford Burton again as usual. You know, he's kind of their Swiss Army knife on offense. You know, he can run the ball, he can catch it, he can pass it.
Yeah.
I've seen him do all of it. You know, they got a couple other stars as far as
Jordan Scott's one I'm looking for. Ever since they come back from COVID, Jordan Scott just suddenly exploded. You know, he had back-to-back strip fumble recoveries for touchdowns in the game down at Watson Chapel a couple weeks ago.
No.
Back-to-back strip sacks for fumbles or for fumble recovery for touchdown.
Well, when you got Nico Davalier playing on the other side from you, that's going to free you up for a lot more. Just basically able to tee off on a quarterback if he wants to sit back and try it. And he's not a small fellow either, so you know, I mean, really couldn't complain with getting down with having a Division I prospect junior on the other side of the line. You know, hey, you're going to free me up for some of this, and you're going to get me some college offers too.
Yes, yeah. So, it definitely helps his situation for sure. And so I'm looking forward to see if Scott gets some time in the backfield again as well.
Look for a big game out of that man right there.
Yeah, both sides, both Josh Marshall and Scott on that side of the defensive line should do some damage. I want to see him. You know, Marshall is able to get to the quarterback like not many other linebackers we've seen this year in a game.
He spends a lot of time in the backfield, that's for sure.
All right, so we're ready for kickoff. Nettleton, and I'm trying to catch some numbers down there. I think that's Dorian Tucker on one side, and
they're not really looking at us, so I don't think we're
trying to see the number on the other side there, but we'll get that for you in just a second. May have to kill a light in here. Got a lot of glare.
Kobe Bradley, maybe number 8.
Yeah, maybe so.
Like I said, long eyes are in my hunting bag, and my hunting bag is not here.
So Brookhagen's got this one teed up.
And now we wait.
As we are ready to get the road to the Rock underway from Maumelle. You know, we got to end the season last week in the Rock in War Memorial Stadium.
I wish I could have helped call that game.
Both of these teams want to end up there at the end of the season. And the playoffs are underway with a low line drive kick. It's going to be bobbled. That's 18, I believe, which is going to be Savion Floyd. And Floyd is tackled immediately at the 20-yard line. And that, look at 73, boy, I tell you. 73 is a lot of kid.
That is a wide man.
My goodness gracious.
I thought I was a big guy.
And his name is Moses. I mean, it just makes sense. He's going to – he'll definitely do some damage down there. He's
a tackle.
Parting some defensive lines. So,
well, that's on Jordan Scott's end. So, we'll see what happens.
So Scarlett, and I do believe that is going to be Pugh to his left. Motion man here is Scales. And they'll give this. Actually, Scarlett keeps that. And so Scarlett gets about 3. Was that Jordan Scott on the tackle already?
Pretty sure it was. Noticing his shoulder pads halfway around his head. And got up bouncing around like he's done something. They got him lined up opposite side from what we're usually seeing. Usually see him lined up on the left side of the line, not the right.
And they're letting Davalier go after that big-bodied Moses over there.
6'5", 275, and quick. So pick your poison, really.
No doubt.
You got Marshall and Scott on this side.
25, Willis was the motion man there at tight end. And they'll hand this one to Pugh right up the middle. Pugh trying to find some room to the outside. He's across the 25 to the 27. So that's going to bring up a third. Maybe they're going to spot that at the 28. So 3rd down and 2.
Jalen Pettis and Maxwell Pace in on the tackle there. This helps a lot.
That does help a lot. We got a nice, thanks to our producer Will with the nice screen here.
Not a bad idea. We're right there.
Finish up our crew here with my wife Kristen over on the camera deck, getting these main camera shots for you. Of course, our producer Will sitting behind us, making funny faces at us, trying to figure out why the sideline cam's not working. So 3rd down, big down here. Nettleton needs to get some offense going here early. Scarlett will fake this, go up the middle. He's going to break a tackle. He's got the 1st down. And a nice little power run will be enough for a Nettleton Raider 1st down. So subbing out here is going to be Jordan Harrison comes into the game on defense for Maumelle. And I believe missed the other side of that. It may have been Tavion Williams that came out of the game. I believe it was. So 1st and 10 for Nettleton. And they'll hand this one to Pugh. Pugh, nice hole up the middle. And give Pugh about 6 here. They will spot this at the 39-yard line. So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Looks like they're ready to bring it straight down Maumel's throat here.
Yeah, one question I think coming into this game, too, would have been the physicality of a Nettleton team that hadn't been able to hit anybody for 3 weeks.
So their legs are going to be fresh.
Thankfully, I think they had everyone back from quarantine as of last Thursday. So they've had a week of practice, but it's just a different animal when you're not hitting another team.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's like coming out of fall camp and hadn't hit anybody but each other for weeks. So Scarlett fakes this one up the middle, and Maumelle ready for that. It's Jordan Scott in, and who else is there with him?
There's Maxwell Pace coming at the end of it.
Pace.
Scott had him pretty much dead to rights before he even got to the line.
So a big play there. They're going to mark this back at the line of scrimmage, 39, so no gain on the play.
Small loss.
So 3rd and a yard now.
3rd and 5.
I'm sorry, 3rd and 5. Thank you for that.
Now I'm supposed to be the rusty one.
Right. So 3rd down and 5. Maumelle trying to get this fan base loud here on this Maumelle sideline. A decent crowd here for this 5A playoff game.
Think they're going to blitz? They're going to back out of it.
They're going to back out, force Pugh to find an opening in the zone. And that's what they'll do. He looks to the outside. A great throw. Good route right at the sticks. And that's going to be enough for a Nettleton 1st down.
I don't know if they're going to give it to him from where it fell.
See where they spot this. You may be right.
I think they're going to give it to him.
I thought the route.
Is it incomplete?
Oh, they did call this incomplete. I thought initially the side judge there called that complete.
I did too.
I've got the advantage of the super delayed feed here in front of me. Acts like a replay. And he did drop that ball on the sideline. It was a good call. So 4th and 5. Nettleton lines up. I don't know if they've got a quick kick out of this formation, but they line up to go for this one. And they just about got Maumelle to jump off sides. Right in the middle of that defensive line. And now I think they will kick this. Yep. And then Scarlett's going to back up in a deeper formation and quick kick this. Nice line drive kick. Nobody back, of course, for Maumelle.
Just died.
But that ball dies, and we'll roll dead
inside the 20, though.
Yeah. Quick kick gets them down at the 19-yard line, and that's where Maumelle will start with their first drive offensively of the game. I got to stand up. The monitor's in my way for anything on this side. All right, so Maumelle in this offense is averaging over 300 yards a game, almost 30 points a game. They line up 5 wide, nobody in the backfield with Reyes.
Well, I wonder if that means they're going to pass it.
Oh, now they're going to shift. Moats is back at the end of the tight. Now you got Jalen. Which Jalen is that? Is that Smith in the backfield?
Jabo, as they have him on there.
Jabo gets the first carry. He's got a big hole across the 30 to the 32, making the 33. They may give him the 34-yard line here. And let's see, they do spot this at the 35. 4-yard line. It'll be enough for a Maumelle first down, and Maumelle right back on the ball. They want to go fast. Another quick shift. I like this. Now they'll shift to the 5 wide. And now we got a whistle. It's going to stop play. And boy, what are we stopping play for here?
What happened?
Do they not have the chains were set? What are we stopping play for here? Now we got a Nettleton player running off the field late. I don't know if there was an equipment issue because now you've got a sub coming in on the defensive line. So I'm assuming we had an equipment issue. It looks like Nettleton player is running across midfield now to get something fixed. I think that was the issue.
Well, you got 11 on the field now.
So a creative timeout to stop the quick play from Maumelle there. Maumelle 5 wide. And Moats, and he dropped it. Oh, man.
Got to hang on to that one, big fella.
21, Orion Pugh got a hand in the way, which was part of the reason why Moats dropped that. But we've seen senior Houston Moats make much tougher catches than that this year. The Mullet's got to bring that one in.
Sideburns are not working right now.
No. All right, so 2nd and 10. Jabo behind Reyes. And they'll give it to Jabo. He's got blockers in front of him, and he's trying to break free, cannot, but they'll get about 4.
Martise Buchanan with the tackle there, I believe.
And entering the game for Maumelle is going to be 5, Keontae Sykes.
Slot receiver.
They'll add him as a receiver here. Now no running back. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That is Jabo behind Reyes. 3.
DeShare Ford Burton lined up down here. Closest to us, I believe.
Trips to the left as Nettleton shows a little press coverage. They do. And got through the tackle. It was a great play by Nettleton. And it was almost like they knew exactly what Maumelle wanted to do there. They were waiting for that little screen pass. And a great job. I believe was that 5? Let me see. Like I said, I got the benefit here. I believe that's going to be number 1. It got in on the press. Yeah. That's going to be Bernard Turner. And it was. Made a great play to force a 4th down in a punting situation for Maumelle. I'm trying to get a good look. And nobody back deep to return for Nettleton, and we've got a whistle.
Well, it's not a play clock.
No, I'm not sure why we're stopping the clock again here. A lot of odd stops of the clock here. Now it's almost like
Marshall running on late here.
I'm not sure what just happened there. Is Nettleton got an opportunity to get their return team on the field now? They had no return team out there a minute ago. Now they do.
I was wondering about that.
I'm not sure what happened there. Didn't see a timeout call or anything.
Well, they'd have like 1 by now.
Yeah.
If that was the case. High snap.
Ugly
Low
line
punch.
drive kick. This won't be returnable. It's going to roll a long way, though, from Maumelle inside the 20.
Oh, wow.
It works. It wasn't pretty, but it worked.
It's like the 12-yard line, man.
All the way down to the 12. And was that – who punted that?
15.
So 15 is Desmond Williams.
I think he kicked it sideways, and the ball rolled like a bowling ball.
Yeah, I don't know that. I don't remember him kicking in our games that we've been here.
Well, they haven't punted a lot, for one.
Yeah, that is true.
Typically, they get anywhere near the 50, and they're going for it.
So, all right. So we'll see what Nettleton can do with their second offensive possession. Move the ball fairly well on that first one before bogging down around midfield. And they'll give Scarlett keeps it. A lot of room up the middle. Oh, and he had one man to beat.
String tackle.
That's going to be about a 9, maybe 10-yard gain.
Kid's pretty quick.
Yeah. Over 700 rushing and 700 passing for Scarlett on the season.
Say he might be the star of their offense?
Yeah, he reminds me a lot. You missed it last week, but Mountain Home had Bryce McKay, and he was their leading passer, rusher, interception man on defense, and punter.
He was their everything.
Yeah.
I watched the second half of that game when I woke up from a coma. So, pretty interesting. Like I said, I wish I'd have been there to help call it.
Well, they'll give this one to Pugh. And Pugh's got the first down, and Nettleton will get a new set of downs here. 1st and 10 at the 28.
I don't really have any problem moving the ball up the center, that's for sure.
No, and I think that's just a size thing. You look at how much bigger, although their center is extremely small. If you look out there, the center for Nettleton is small, but everybody around him is pretty good size. So,
yeah. 25 is a large man.
Yeah, 25 is a very impressive-looking kid. I'd love to see him get out there in the open and get a couple throws to him.
Be like a tight end for Ashdown.
Yeah.
Can't believe that kid's only a sophomore.
Yeah, he's got a lot of time to grow, too. That's a scary thing to think about. Grow into that body a little more.
Feet.
So a lot of pulling. It two guard and tackle both pulling from the right side in that offensive formation for Nettleton.
Positive yardage.
And that was
number 8.
8. That is going to be Kobe Bradley on the carry.
He's also number 3.
I guess that's his defensive number. I don't know.
So just take part of the 8 off.
Yeah, Bradley down to the 35. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 3 for Nettleton. Nettleton not in a big hurry here. They don't go into a huddle. They get to play from the sideline. Bradley's still in at running back. He's going to be to the left side of Scarlett. 3 wide receivers to the right side of the formation. That big tight end, Wiles, makes himself across. So Scarlett keeps this one, and Maumelle was ready for that one as they make the play quickly. Maybe 2, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and a yard here.
God. Did you see the big package that just came in on the line? 77 and 74 came in. Now we're going to huddle.
Yeah. I would not be surprised to see a quick under-center play right here and just fall forward with them big men.
They're talking about it in the Arkansas feed last week, talking about put a couple more Don Joys on the field for the knee braces.
Yes.
Into the line quick there.
They're going to go with a power here. And Scarlett gets the right side. Got a seam. Big hit by Maumelle, but a great run, great play call. 13. That's going to be Pettis.
Gets up with a little disgust.
Frustrated they gave up the first down, but that's going to be another Nettleton first down as they get out to the 44-yard line. And again, Nettleton moving the ball. They haven't had any issues moving it until they get to about this point on the field.
They only got it once so far. So.
See the offensive huddle over here from Maumelle as they're going through these last set of plays, trying to figure out what happened on that last drive. We just lost a lot of lights to our left. I don't know why. Just got real dark over there.
Thankfully, the field is still light.
Yes. So Scarlett keeps this one, pulls it out of the belly. A big hit at midfield. Woo!
Maxwell Pace with the bell ringer.
Man.
No, another number 1 that brings the leather like that.
Yeah. Scarlett just jumped right back up after that one. That's another position
that helmet popped up too. That was a good lick.
Another position that Nettleton's got a big old guy at is their safety is really good size.
Boy, it was a good pop.
That was a good hit. So they've crossed midfield into Maumelle territory here. 2nd down and 4 from just across midfield. Wiles in motion. He'll come back to the end of the line. Scales the other motion man. This time they'll give it to Pugh. And Pugh may have enough. I do think he's got that first down. That one's right in front of us.
He signaled to us that he got it.
Yeah, I think he does.
Yeah, he's got it.
Definitely does. No need for a measurement. Well, they are going to measure this, but
we would call that of no need for a measurement. They think they need one.
Yell down there to them real quick. Let them know that's a first down.
It's a first down. We got a good shot from right here.
There we go. They didn't even look. They said forget the chains. I don't need the chains.
Take the chains back.
Nope. They're going to bring the chains anyway.
Yep. Stalled out.
Make up your mind here. He's like, what are you doing? Look at the official.
Speeding with the brakes on. By half a football.
And he's got it.
Natural State Sports is correct.
Could have saved a lot of time there.
Good job. Call timeout randomly. Now run down there and put the other post where the other post goes, and let's play football.
So 1st and 10 as Nettleton is now down to the Maumelle 46-yard line.
Number 6 is showing us how good he can run backwards.
A lot of attention on this game, obviously. Some big-time talent on this Maumelle offense and defense. So we'll see if Nettleton can neutralize it. One thing about Maumelle we've noticed this year is they seem to kind of play a little, almost like they're walking dead there for a couple of quarters.
We haven't seen them put together a whole game yet, that's for sure.
Scarlett will give this one to Pugh, and boy, they are getting deep into this secondary before even being touched right now.
Go ahead and move those chains.
As Pugh picks up 10 on that one. And that is enough for a first down. So another Nettleton Raider first down. And they're down to the 36-yard line. So Pugh in the backfield here. Scales in the slot, back off the line. And that's who's in motion. And Scarlett fakes it to him, falls up the middle, give him about 4.
Can you get a false start on the quarterback? Because that looked. Watch this replay. Watch him reach forward for this before it's ever snapped. Like he's almost moving forward in this play.
I'm waiting on him to give it to 14 here eventually.
Watch this.
Yeah. Got that forward step. So clock running down now under a minute.
Boy,
Nettleton.
that was quick.
Nettleton in no hurry here to run a play. 10 seconds to go on the play clock.
You got to think they might be a little bit, maybe lack of shape, so to speak.
A lot in the backfield. They do give it to Pugh. He is met. That looks like Marshall, Scott, and a couple others there. A lot of Hornets in on that play.
Hornet defense. Except Pettis. No, 22. My bad. Scarborough.
So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and very well maybe our last play of the first quarter if Nettleton wants it to be here. They do not have to run another play with 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter and no score. And Nettleton does look like they are content with flipping sides of the field here. And if you're Nettleton, this is what you want to do. Nettleton's not a team that's going to put up a ton of offense. They want to be deliberate. They want to take their time going down the field and own the time of possession, and that's what they've done as both teams, the clock stopped there for a second. But that'll be the end of the first quarter. After a quarter of play here from Maumelle, no score. We'll be back in just a minute.
Well, maybe he has a decent attitude right now. I just... Got it. Oh!
That was beautiful video, man. I tell you. Don't miss our newest outdoor series at NSS Media as we follow local angler Wes Roberts as he returns to the sport of tournament fishing after a 13-year absence with a newfound passion. Follow Heart of Grace Outdoors on Facebook and get your Heart of Grace gear now and look for new episodes coming in November. All right, welcome back as we get ready for the second quarter of play to start. It's a good first quarter. I mean, defensive battle. Nettleton had 2 drives. Maumelle just 1. And Nettleton right now looks like they're headed down the field to try to put some points on the board.
Well, they're moving it pretty judiciously. They're at their own pace, might I add.
Yeah, they're not in any hurry. Can't blame them, though. I mean, take your time.
Slow and deliberate.
Keep this Maumelle offense off the field. That's the key.
I think they've thrown the ball 1 time, maybe.
I don't remember them throwing it at all.
Did that 1 incomplete to the sticks.
That's right. That's right.
I think that's the only throw they've had.
I believe you're right. All right, so Scarlett, and he will fake this one. Looking for blockers. Does a good job of picking his way through, and that's going to be a Nettleton first down to the 21-yard line. I believe that was a 9-yard gain there, and that's going to be a 1st and 10 as Nettleton approaches the red zone. Clock running now, 11:45 to go in the first half. As Nettleton looks to see how they want to align this one, and they'll move Wiles to the left side of the line.
That's Willis, Steve.
Is it Willis? It is Willis. Thank you. I looked at it real quick and saw Wiles.
Ask him how to say his first name, though. Daniquez.
This one they'll give to Pugh, and Pugh is into the red zone down to about the 16-yard line, a gain of 5.
Mosby in on the tackle.
And so now we have a 2nd and about 5, maybe 6. Looks like a 2nd and 6. Give them 4 on the play to the 27-yard line.
A little quarterback power play they're using is working very well for them.
Yeah, he does a good job on those reads. He knows exactly when to pull it out.
And then his start and stop are very, very good.
Good combination between him and Pugh. Willis in motion again. Trips to the left side. Heavy formation to the left. And that's where they'll try to go. Nope. Scarlett kept it. Scarlett's off to the races. 10-5 touchdown. And you just said it. Great job by Scarlett and this Nettleton Raider offense as Scarlett put it in the belly of Pugh, took it back out, and had a wide open run to the end zone.
The kid makes the right decision so far. He's got his team on the board first.
So a 16-yard touchdown opens up the scoring in this one as the Nettleton Raiders head down here to Maumelle, and they take the lead 6-0 pending this extra point.
They're going to kick off a tee, Steve.
Yeah, they typically the kickers at the high school level kick off a tee. That's why it's such a big jump when you see kids come to the college game and they have to kick off the ground. And low snap, and somehow he got that kick up, and it is good. I have no idea how they didn't block that.
It went through him.
Was that Sykes or was that Marshall that ran right through? That's Sykes, I think. Five's
Keontae Sykes.
Yeah, Keontae Sykes just kind of ran right. That's one of those moments. Almost like
I gotta wonder if it went between his arms and helmet.
Well, it's almost like one of those moments where you're a wide open receiver running down the field and you got nothing but green grass and a football falling in your hand and you've dropped the ball because you're so worried about running. I mean, he just ran right through it.
Got to give it to the kicker and the holder there for maintaining the composure to get that ball down.
Yeah, no doubt.
A lot of people would have scrambled, and that would have just been a busted play.
So great job there, and I'm going to jump out while we got a break in the action. I don't know if we've got any comments over here. We've got a few folks watching, and let's see. I don't know why, but for some reason this is not – our feed is not pulling up on my YouTube. It's there, but it's not pulling up. So if you're commenting on that side, I don't know. I can't see it, but let's see. So, yeah, you guys let us know who you're rooting for tonight, where you're watching from. We appreciate everyone joining us for this 5A football game, first game of the playoffs. We'll get you some score updates here in just a minute. And an interesting kickoff formation. Let's see if Nettleton sticks to this or spreads it out. And they will spread it out. I don't know. When they were offsides. And actually, I think Nettleton called timeout before the kick.
That's interesting.
Hey, I mean, not a bad idea.
Had me confused. And obviously, I had Maumelle confused because I don't really even think they moved out of their stance much.
The underdogs, 3-4, 2-2 in conference coming into this game.
Trying to get an upset of a top-ranked team. I don't know what you call that.
Well, did they not? Okay, so I'm really confused here. Because once again, we've seen a play stop. I don't see a timeout come off the board.
It's called practice when you haven't played in 3 or 4 weeks.
He just moved that ball. They're going to onside kick this again. He's got that
flat on his side.
Got that ball laying flat. He just threw the tee off the field. They're going to try this spin kick that the Cowboys used, I think.
I think they call this a copter kick.
Yep, that's what they're going with. And that's exactly what it is. It's not going to go 10 yards. But, oh, no, Maumelle picks it up. Oh, boy.
He had nothing
the
but
ultimate
green grass
scoop
in
and
front
score
of him.
if he could have recovered that football.
Nothing but green grass.
Oh, man. That was Sykes. He would have made up for missing the blocked extra point a minute ago.
It's been a quick way to put your team right back in it.
No doubt about it. My goodness.
He waited, too. Watch him bait that.
That was almost an absolutely beautiful play by Sykes.
Great idea, but they got great field position. I mean, literally started 5 yards back from where the ball was originally kicked from.
Yeah, Maumelle gets this in a great spot. We'll see. Now the officials are going to talk about it. I'm not sure they're going to be able to advance this ball. I think this has got to go back to where it was initially touched. Nope. They're going to give it to them at the 34. Because that ball would have been touched at about the 45, 46.
Should have been the 45 to the 50, somewhere in that range.
Either way, Maumel's got it, 34-yard line, and that's J-Bo up the middle. And, boy.
J-Bo goes no.
And I think you might even get a hold on this as well.
As late as that was thrown, you could possibly think a face mask as well.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility here. We'll see what this call is going to be.
Thrown by the head official.
You can definitely tell that the size of this Nettleton team is giving Maumelle some fits in the middle, which is kind of what I thought. This is a much bigger team. Even though Maumel's got a big offensive line, this is a really good, really big, stout front for this Nettleton defense.
I don't get why they don't get out around the corners. You got the speed, use it.
And let Chamblee just seal those edges, man. Last time we were here, we didn't get to see Chamblee.
No, he decided to take a game off.
So it was a hold. It's going to be 1st and 20 now. They'll fake the throw, looking outside. He's got his man Makes a man miss across the 30. That is 16.
It's Reyes.
That is
It's the quarterback.
16. No, that's not the quarterback. 16 is Bruchhagen,
Okay.
the kicker.
Reyes is 18.
Now, we've had some number changes here, so I'm not 100% certain of that, but that Bruchhagen is the kicker. That's who 16 is.
It's the first time I've seen him throw to him all year.
Yeah. I've only said his name on kicks. So give him 6 on that, and it's 2nd and 4. That's a new one.
16.
And they'll flip this
For
to Burton. Burton across the 25,
There's your
inside of the
first down.
22, first down Maumelle.
And there's your speed.
And you're right. You said it before this drive started. Get the ball to the edges, and that's exactly what it looks like they're trying to do here.
That kid's a Swiss Army knife, like I said earlier. He can do anything.
Now, look, give Coach Horton all kinds of credit here. You know, we came here after the COVID situation when we came here for the was that Whitehall game, and that's when Jordan Scott broke out from the backfield. Now this week we get here and we see a new receiver in Bruchhagen out there making catches and getting big gains. So 1st and 10 from the 21. And is that Scott in the backfield now?
Looks like him.
I
As big as
believe
that
it
kid
is. Look on this.
So much clearer.
Oh, that's 25. That is going to be Carlos Brewer, the other big back.
Yeah, they got a couple of big studs back there that like to run on a heavy package. They got that real big one, number 87, they put in there from time to time.
Yeah, we haven't seen him since week 1 in the
I
backfield.
was so excited to see when they started running that. It's just not something you see every day with a man who's 6'5", 275
Yes.
playing quarterback.
Maumelle lucky they didn't get a false start there out of Brewer. Brewer just runs right into the back of his offensive line. Look at them
Still
leg
driving.
driving. I don't understand the whistle. Well, that whistle blew really, really early as he still had the leg drive
2 yards
going.
ahead of where they're holding him down at.
Yeah, they called forward progress at the 26, but he was still going forward.
15.
So Brewer going to come off the field now after that run. I
Well, his
believe.
legs are probably tired after carrying the whole defensive
He
line.
carried a big man, too.
You all right, kid? Yeah, get some Gatorade. All right, I'm ready.
I'm surprised they whistled that dead when they did. So instead of
It's a bad play by the ref, in my
3rd
opinion.
and 2, you got 3rd and
Say
4
that.
here. And they'll look up the middle this time. J-Bo's got it. He's got the first down inside the 10 to the 8. And that'll make it 1st and goal for Maumelle. So 1st and goal from the 8. It's not your 1st and goal from the 10, the 1st and goal you hate.
Oh, I love that one. What are you talking about?
And Jordan Scott in the big package. Nico Davalier, Scott, Moats. You got the big boys out there for this goal-to-go situation.
That's a whole bunch of backfield right there, and they're lined up.
Moats, look at this. Whoa,
that
who's the
Jewel?
other one?
Is that
Jewel?
Jewel?
I believe that is Nathan
53.
Jewel.
53, not 63.
53 is Jewel, yeah. And look at that. There they go. Scott up the middle across the 5, down to the 4.
Still moving.
Boy, they
Jewel's
got a lot of
downhill.
beef in there on that one now.
Run it again.
Had what? Jewel,
Jewel
Davalier.
at your fullback position, basically.
Or that was Moats behind Jewel
Moats
and then Scott
Jewel
behind
and
Moats.
Scott there.
You had Davalier on the right side.
Playing
Same
side
lineup
heel.
going again. You got Jewel, Moats, and Scott.
You got Davalier playing
Moats,
tight
they're
end
missing.
here.
They're going to have to bring Bruchhagen out late, and that's a penalty. Unless Maumelle got a timeout, nope, that's going to be a substitution penalty. And that's where it kills you when you look at. I mean, Bruchhagen is a new to the offense.
For us.
Yeah, and obviously for Maumelle, because he didn't know he was supposed to be in on that play. Moats noticed it before the play started. I'm looking at the delay. Here's Maumelle calls a timeout, and you can see Moats is motioning. We don't have anybody on that end.
They going to pick up the penalty then if they called the timeout?
Well, no, the timeout was after the penalty. So,
Okay.
I think maybe they did give
Well,
them
they
the
got the ball
timeout
on
because
the
they're not
9.
backing it up.
Well, they got the ball
Oh,
on
they
the
did
9.
back it up from the 4. You're right.
It's an interesting looking formation for sure.
I've only seen that formation like on PlayStation. You know, when you're in the goal line, there's that big, heavy goal line package where you can put
called
3 backs.
Big salty all the way around. I'm coming to you.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So a couple of new names down there in this huddle. They'll obviously come out, but
Who do they go to the field with? is the
same big
question.
package is headed out there again. I see Moats, I see Davalier, I see Scott.
Pick your poison.
I see Jewel. Bruce Hagen's going to be your guy to the left side of the line.
Who do you run behind?
You know what? I
mean, you've got Chambly out there, and there's a couple other ones that are. I mean, Caleb Stroud's not a small kid. He's 6'6", 300.
I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to sneak 16 Bruce Hagen out in the end zone right here. Play action fake. We'll see what we get. And nope, they'll give this one to Scott. Scott finds a hole. 5-4 into the end zone. He just bowled his way to the end zone. Jordan Scott, man, that kid right there is impressive. I was impressed talking to him a couple of weeks ago. Had a huge game.
He told you what he was going to get.
That's right. He sure did. Get that dog, and he brought it tonight.
Showed him that dog.
Touchdown, Maumelle makes it 7-6, pending this extra point with 7:11 to go in the first half. So Bruce Hagen now ready for the extra point. He's pulling double duty tonight. So them big boys got it done on that first and goal to go situation. Kick is up by Bruce Hagen. It's through.
Smooth kick.
And just like that, with 7:11 to go in the first half, this one's all tied up as the Maumelle Hornets try to recapture a little bit of that momentum.
Their defense is going to have to play a little better if they want to, because it looks like Nettleton has been able just to cruise down the field basically behind the legs of Cameron Scarlett and do whatever they wanted to, whether he's handing the ball off or reading and going to the end zone.
You know, and we've been able to see a lot of depth out of this Maumelle team this year. They're able to run guys in and out. We don't know just how well conditioned this Nettleton team is after being off for several weeks. But one thing to keep an eye on here is even though Maumelle scored there, that was a short drive because of the onside kick, and so this defense didn't get a ton of time to rest. Plus, you had some of your defenders and guys like Davalier and Jordan Scott in there with that touchdown. So we'll see how that does and how Maumelle handles that, because if Nettleton comes out with another long, drawn-out drive for a touchdown,
drags on you.
You're going to see some hands on knees for this Maumelle defense for sure. So Bruce Hagen's got it teed up at the 40, and I'm trying to get some numbers back there. I do believe that's Scales. I cannot 14. Tell who's that. Scales is 14. I can't tell who the other one is.
I thought it was 8.
That would have been Kobe Bradley, so we'll see if that's correct. It was 8 or 18 last time. Either way, it'll be Scales on the return from the 11. It was 18. So Scales runs into his co-returner at the 19.
Gobbled up at about the 23, 24.
That's going to be the 25. I think they're going to give him the 25 here.
Judging from these two officials walking one behind the other, I'm saying they're sticking with the 25-yard line.
Yeah, looks that way. That was Savion Floyd was the other return man that Scales ran into there. So Nettleton, long field in front of them, but this is what they like. 75 yards. Shoot, go 7 plays, 75, or go 75 yards in 7 minutes here. And we got another strange official timeout. He's going to have a conversation. There must be some talking going on down there. Because he wants somebody on that end in this huddle. He is not happy. Oh, he's very much unhappy. They just threw him off the field. Is that George? Who is that? Is that Marshall?
That's Josh Marshall.
They just threw Marshall off the field because of, and it was, I believe, that is Marshall.
He's not wearing white socks today.
That is Marshall, and he is not happy. The coaches are having to kind of calm him down, but I'm not real sure. He didn't want to get in that huddle, and whatever the official wanted to say to him, he didn't want any part of it. He jumped in the huddle and made the official mad, and he sent him to the sideline.
Well, he hadn't pulled his helmet off yet, so that's good for him. I might be speaking a little too soon, though, looking down there.
So Scarlett hands this one to Pugh to the right side.
Just to play out.
Marshall coming right back in.
That's very admirable, the official there, that's for sure.
So something must have been being said, or I don't know. I'm not sure, but.
Well, you got to respect the officials at all times, especially at any level of football, but especially high school ball. You got to, they are adults. You are the students. You are the players. But still,
they're the officials.
Goes a long way. That's what they say goes.
They're the officials.
At the end of the day, no matter what.
Another time stopping.
I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, I feel like these officials want a break to breathe every once in a while, so they just stop. What are we doing?
Can we get any kind of audio on this? Now we're talking.
Maybe the conversation is about Marshall being back on the field, but he wasn't thrown out of the game. He was just asked to leave for that moment, I thought.
They would have announced that.
Okay, so
because they would have thrown it would have been probably an unsportsmanlike, and they would have announced a disqualification of a player, or should have.
Coach Horton got some sort of explanation as he walks back down the sideline. Not sure what that was all about.
Inquiring minds would like to know. See if that brings a little fire out of Mr. Marshall.
Marshall looking to blitz. I think he's going to back out of it, though.
I think he's going.
He does. He's right there, makes the tackle. He was right there and ready. Just a great job by Marshall getting the backfield. Look who else, his buddy Jordan Scott.
Double trouble from the right side.
I mean, is Jordan Scott vying for player of the game back-to-back weeks that we've been here with him? And he would have got it if we'd have been in Watson Chapel. He'd have got it back-to-back weeks.
He told you. He said they're going to key on Davalier, and they're going to get that dog. He is living up to his words for sure.
They sure got some mass in front of Davalier now.
How do they got all those folks out there? Why does it look like they got more than 11?
And now we got another stop. This is going to be a Nettleton timeout, though. So Nettleton does call this timeout.
They hadn't moved fast enough to get a timeout.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6 when we get back. 5:53 to go here in the first half. And it's been an entertaining first half so far. I mean, the playoffs have gotten started. I really thought that we'd see a more rusty Nettleton team, but they've looked good. They've moved the ball down the field without too many issues. Really, the only, I guess, mistake was the onside kick.
Well, you really consider it a mistake? It's not a mistake if they'd have got it.
I do, because of the fact that the onside kick where they were trying to surprise them before. Yeah, I would have stayed away from the second one, especially after. I mean, you had all the momentum. Really, you've kind of dominated offensively in the time of possession.
Absolutely,
and you give Maumelle a short field there. So I was all about the first one. I don't know why the first one got called dead, but I didn't like the second attempt.
Well, Maumel's first possession, they had a couple of longer runs right out the gate, and it was just snubbed. Next thing you know, they're punting.
Yeah.
So, maybe Nettleton thought they could defend a short field and be just fine.
I guess. But even in that scenario, that's 4-down territory. I'm probably going for it if I'm Maumelle from that position.
With you 100%.
So I didn't really understand the second one. But either way, here we are. 7-all, 5:53 to go as Nettleton back on the field. Scarlett, wants to throws this one up. He's got his man Scales, and he just overthrew him. And I think Scales wanted a penalty. Not going to get it. Maybe a hold is what he was hoping for, but that ball was well overthrown.
It's a little long, just a little bit.
Watch our delayed feed over here.
We're going to watch every play twice.
See if there was a hold on. This is the great thing.
Not in a hurry to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can
just sit here and just watch the play twice, and then they're still do. Let's use the whole play clock. Never mind that the clock is stopped for the incomplete pass.
Down to 20 seconds left on the play clock, and again, Nettleton very, very deliberate about their play calls here.
He's standing a little deep there. It's 4th and 7.
And they're going to punt it. They do punt it out of that formation, and that'll go out of bounds at the 33.
I'm not calling yard markers anymore. I've been wrong every single time. Even though I was right, they told me I was wrong. So,
all right. So Maumelle gets the defensive stop this time. Exactly what they needed, a quick 3 and out. So you'll flip this back around. Maumelle will take over from the 33-yard line with 5:42 to go in the first half. Hey, you guys, make sure you share this stream if you've got folks, Maumelle or Nettleton fans, or just high school football fans that are wanting to see that would want to see this game. Make sure you share our page, share Natural State Sports, and subscribe. You guys don't want to miss our content. We've got all kinds of fun content that comes out on a daily basis.
Good content.
We do. Reyes, he wants to go to the right. He's got his man. Is that Burton?
He gets beat
Burton,
on this.
30, 40. Got a first down. Give him 10.
He had one man to beat, and he got wrapped up right there at his waistline.
That'll be a Maumelle Hornet first down. That boy's so quick.
Yeah, he's quick as a hiccup, that's for sure. Like I said, he's a junior. I will not be surprised. There's a lot of talent on that team that'll be back next year.
Yeah.
And you will see several Division I college offers on this team for sure. You are offsides,
Nettleton was definitely offsides on that play.
Just step early there, bud.
Tried to time it up. He couldn't quite.
He was close, but no cigar. We're not throwing hand grenades. We're not playing horseshoes.
5 yards on the call to move it out to the 49-yard line. Maumelle looks to get into Nettleton territory here.
We know Maumelle can score quick, too.
Yes.
So, Might go up top right here.
And they will. Fakes it. Throws out to the left side. That ball is caught. Trying to get a number here. Is that
Ford Burton?
Ford Burton?
Pretty sure. Yep.
You are right. And that'll be...
Just watch the 8, man.
That'll be another Maumelle first down. It's a gain of 6. They needed 5, 1st and 10, and they're in Nettleton territory. 5 minutes to go in the half.
Ford Burton on the right side, top of the screen. Go with your hot hand. They're going to go back to him.
I think they go J-Bo this time.
I don't think so.
Ford Burton in motion. And you're right. They're going to go right back to him. Ford Burton trying to find some room. Good containment this time by Nettleton, and a penalty coming in late. And
might be a face mask there. Might.
It was definitely thrown in a strange area for a hold. There was no one there.
Well, the way he kind of spun down would make me think face mask. But like I said, you can't.
Nope, it's going to be a hold on Maumelle.
Oh, I'm wrong again. It's okay. I'm out of practice.
See if we can catch this hold over here.
Where?
Well, I sure don't see a hold anywhere on that. I'm not real sure what that call was, just to be completely honest.
Just try again, 2nd and...
So 1st and 20 now.
1st and 20.
Well, 1st and 18, I guess.
Yeah, it was 2 yards now.
I didn't see a hold there, so interesting call.
Roderick Waits in motion.
And they'll give this one to J-Bo. A lot of penetration, though, by Nettleton. J-Bo maybe got 2 out to the 46. J-Bo wants limping a little bit, may have tweaked an ankle.
Put Mr. Waits in.
And so Jalen Waits.
Not on respect.
Yeah. Our player of the game from the first night we were here.
Man with the white shoes and the white gloves. He just got the white shoes tonight.
And I'm watching J-Bo down here. He's trying to run that thing off over here on the sideline, so hopefully he'll come back in this game. Burton in motion.
I'm just going to run down here and run back. Just kidding.
Nettleton in a zone. That was trying to see what they're going to have here. So now Maumelle wants a timeout.
Down to 2 seconds on the play clock.
So 3:54 to go in the first half. I want to remind you of our sponsor, Heart of Grace Outdoors. I want to thank Wes and Vanessa for supporting us all season long. They've been great supporters of these Natural State Sports High School Games of the Week. And looking forward to bringing you our mini-series on Wes's return to the competitive fishing game after 13 years out. And, boy, we'll be on that season real soon. I think we're mid-January is the first tournament. It's going to be a little cold out on Ouachita that weekend.
You better get some wind gear, bud. I'm going to tell you right now, if you've never been on a boat in a big body of water like that, you have nothing to hide from, Gore-Tex will be your friend.
And here's what I need. I need some good gear.
I
need a marina connection down there so I can borrow a boat. I need a
second boat.
I need a second boat.
Just follow him around.
Yeah.
You're going to crash into him.
And I'm going to need you to bring your drone. So
deal. When it lands in the water, you can buy the new one. Put a buoy around it.
That's what the locators are for. Yep. We'll find it at the bottom. I had a buddy of mine that bought one a couple years ago, and this was when they were still super expensive. He bought one.
Still are on some of them.
He bought it 2 days and flew it into the Arkansas River.
I bet he felt really happy.
Yeah, he wasn't happy about that.
Probably spent $2,000 on it too.
Yeah. All right, so they will fake this. Wanted Burton, good coverage. Now Reyes has got nothing to do but run it. Can he get the corner? No, great tackle. Is that 5? Yes. That's going to be Markeelan Barber on the tackle for Nettleton. A great play there. And what was a promising drive for Maumelle is kind of stuck in neutral here at 3rd and 16. I don't know who's running the scoreboard down there, but from the 46 to the 30 is 16, not 17, just saying. All right, so deep to Burton here?
You know it.
Or deep to Watkins? Who you got?
Something with a big pass.
Going deep, over the middle, up in the top. Oh, man, that was dangerous. He left Ford Burton in a pretty vulnerable spot there.
3-1.
Dorian Tucker was the man in coverage.
Ford Burton wouldn't worry anything about the ball. That was it.
I'm not going to lie. I had some flashbacks of that Kyle Pitts hit from that Florida game last weekend. It was about to happen there for a second.
Well, Kyle Pitts is a little bit bigger man than Sheriff Ford Burton. Might have even came down with the ball there due to that size and talent for sure.
So big stop for Nettleton. You don't want Maumelle to score there and get the ball after the half. So Maumelle set to punt this. And we'll see. And we've got a stoppage in play.
about that, Steve.
And again, another stoppage where I don't see – what are we doing?
I'm so confused.
Did the clock not start? I'm not understanding what's happening here.
I don't know, but somebody needs to make a phone call and tell these refs to get together.
Well, let's see. Maybe they're not starting the play clock. I'm not real sure. So
It's a punt.
And they do start at
Play
this
clock
time.
started. Hut.
See if this kicks any better. And it's another line drive kick. Well, they work, though. 20 inside the 15.
Get inside the 10.
Inside the 10. Down
Eight,
to
7.
Look at this ball. Look at this. It ain't pretty, but it's effective. All the way down to the 7-yard line. And that's where Nettleton will start 93 yards away from pay dirt with 2:54 to go in the first half. Nettleton needs a touchdown here.
I kicked the football a few times in high school, punting it, just tinkering around. And, normally when you're looking for a punter, you're looking for something high, end over end, that's going to hang up in the air. Now it's like, however the ball gets down the field the furthest and rolls, we're good.
If I'm Nettleton, though, man,
effective.
Are you not finding like your tallest guys you can find just standing right where you think he's going to kick that? Just because, all you got to do is reach up and you're going to catch it. So Scarlett, power play to the right. He's got some room now across the 15. Big hit. That's Davalier that just laid into him there at the 15, takes him down at the 17.
Bing!
You're going to feel it when Davalier hits you.
Well, like I said, that kid will be playing D1 ball in 2 years. So.
Yeah, he's got some options.
He's got a couple.
He didn't. I
didn't really like that maroon when he had.
Yeah, I was going to say. Hey, more power to you and get those offers.
Absolutely, but that red and white.
Hey, that air raid helmet is ugly.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, they wore them last week.
Yeah, I know. I've been trying to figure that. I was like, what is this dumb thing on the side of their helmet?
It's their air raid symbol.
Wow, it works really good.
Scarlett's a quarterback draw all the way, right up the middle after the first down on the play before.
To his left.
And he'll roll forward, and that's
I'm not calling the yard marker.
Nico Davalier on the tackle yet again.
Yep, they're running away from Scott.
Down to the 24-yard line. Boy, who'd have thought that? Actually, they ran towards Scott on that one. Davalier just went across the field to make the tackle.
He ended up over there.
Yeah.
Just matriculated on down the sideline.
So about 6 on that one's going to bring up a 2nd and 4, maybe 5 here. And Scarlett, blitz coming. Scott just missed him. Now looking to throw. Got his man. Nice throw. That's the big tight end Willis.
He's definitely a big man. It's a whole lot of target for sure.
Yeah.
There's your Pitts, by the way.
Yes, 100%. And he's got some size, I'm telling you, from down on field level. That's a big boy.
That's a good catch to get down on, too.
So 1:51 to go now as the clock starts with the chain set.
Maumelle gets spending a little time in that backfield, and they won't miss that every single time. They got plenty of men up there on the front that can get there and put them on the ground.
They'll fake this one, and Marshall tried to get that's the tight end Willis again, and give Willis 8.
Minute 31.
2nd and 2 now as we're under a minute and a half to go in the first half. Scarlett ready here. 2nd and 2. It's a big possession for Nettleton.
Absolutely.
7 here changes a lot of things. That's false start.
False start all day long.
Somebody's got to call it, right? And they do finally throw the flag.
This isn't arena football, kid. Not yet.
Tough break there with 1:07. That pushes them back. It's going to make it 2nd and 7.
I always like that rule in arena.
Yes.
Run from one side, make a big circle, and by the time I get to the other side, I'm already wide open.
We need to bring arena back now. You and I calling that could be a lot of fun now.
Hit somebody. That's all you'll hear from me the whole time. Hit him.
Check him into the boards. Wait, it's not hockey, but I don't care.
Go over the rail. He's tackled. No, he's not.
All right, so clock running, 1:05 to go now. And Maumelle about gave it right back to him. And now Nettleton taking a lot of time off the clock here. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. 54 to go in the half.
The clock's still running. Give me the ball.
Scarlett wants to go to his left side. That ball's dropped.
That'll stop the clock.
Stop the clock with 46 seconds to go in the half.
2nd and very manageable. Now a 3rd and 7. So Maumelle gets the ball at half. So
yeah. So when we get to the halftime, have a few words from our sponsors, and then we'll come back. And if we've got some stats, we'll jump all over those and give you a little recap, and then I'll get you a rundown of the scores from across the state tonight. So 3rd down. And this is where you got to be careful if you don't want to turn it over. You want a 1st down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him running here.
You know, Maumelle would probably call timeout if they don't get the first down. They faked this. He wants to go deep. He's got his man. He's got him beat. No, he can't make the catch. That could have been big. Was that 4?
6.
That 6, Tully, I guess, is who they were looking for on the throw. So 4th down. Nettleton, you got to punt. You can't go for this at all.
Well, you can. It's just not advisable.
Yeah.
Because if there's any team I've seen that we've watched, this one can put it on the board that quick.
Yeah, analytics, I think, would have to say we could get Coach Kelly up here in the booth maybe or something since they're not playing tonight. But I think analytics says punt here, even though PA wouldn't punt. No. He wouldn't punt.
2-yard line.
Nettleton looks content to go for this. Now, I think they're going to drop back and quick kick this again, though, with 41 seconds. I can't imagine they're really going to go for this.
Yeah,
no,
he's a couple steps back.
And Scarlett gets outside the 35 now, so inside the 35. So likely to punt. And he will kick this one. Another low line drive kick. Keeps it away from the return man.
Try to return it.
And we thought about it, but that ball rolled dead inside the 20. And
what do you do here if you're Maumelle?
This deep, I think if you could have got about 10 more yards out of this, you might try to take it down the field. I think with 30 seconds left, tied up.
You got a lot of talent out on the outside of this team.
You do. I might try to take one shot here if you don't get it.
He's got a pretty good arm, too.
He does. And we've seen Ford Burton make some just incredible diving catches.
Him and Waits both. And you've also got Keontae Sykes who can catch the ball. And who else? What was it?
Well, you got Roderick Watts out there, too, who's a big-time receiver as well. I mean, they've got options.
I'm waiting for that kid to blow up, too, in some of these games.
I think they'll give it to J-Bo here and be content to get to the half, but I'm probably wrong.
I think you throw it.
I'd throw it at least once. Take a shot here.
At least 3 times.
They will throw. Wants to go to the right. He's got his man. They're going to throw a little hook and ladder. That's J-Bo across the 30, 35, 40. A great play call. What a play call.
40 yards and out of bounds.
What a play call.
It was absolutely a perfect call for the time.
And it was set up beautifully.
All year.
Wow.
Very heady.
Very good play. Now Maumel's on the roll. 22 seconds to go. The clock is stopped. Reyes will put J-Bo to his left to help with the blocking here. And no, they'll give it to J-Bo. Now reverse. And now they're going to throw this deep. He had his man if he could have threw it. Still got a guy wide open. And he slipped and fell as the ball slips out of his hands. He got hit throwing it. Oh, boy, that would have been big. And Maumel's bringing them all out right now. My goodness.
I don't have any words for this right now. That man had time to build a campfire from where he was standing.
Well, I tell you, he had both guys open if he just could have made the throw.
He had his sticks out. He was over there rubbing 2 of them together and started getting it to smoke before somebody ever got to the area.
Man.
The ball just ducked. It was an Eli Manning pass all over with no helmet catch.
So 13 seconds to go in the half. We'll see what Maumelle decides to do now. This time they will give it to J-Bo. J-Bo got some room to the left, but he made a splits a couple guys, gets around the corner midfield, and we'll see. I don't think that's going to be a late hit. It won't be. So
we're going to the end zone.
Does Reyes have that much arm is the question.
But Ford Burton will hit somebody on a little toss pass like he did that day.
So they've
got plenty of people that can throw the ball. That's what the problem is at this one. If they spring a receiver, they're gonna be there.
Yeah. All right, so 5 seconds left in the half. We're all tied up at 7, 46-yard line.
Barton and Waits on the same side of the ball.
And we'll see what Maumelle does with this.
Does not mean that they will stay there.
Reyes will drop. He's going to go deep. Got everything he's got underneath. He's got a guy there, and it's picked off. And this is big because there's nobody there. And if he can return this, he's got to cut back across. A nice block. What a block. Across midfield to the 45-yard line. And boy, oh boy, what a finish to this first half. That's why it's called the Hail Mary. Maumelle does a good job of getting back to make the tackle, run him out of bounds.
That young man played center field very well right there.
Yeah, he did. What a play by Nettleton to end this half. What an exciting first half. I don't know, man. You know, Hooten's had this as a 10-point advantage for Maumelle. As we go to the half, we're all tied up. Nettleton's done a fantastic job hanging around with this Maumelle team in the first half.
We're going to see whose gas tank's bigger.
Absolutely. All right, guys, thanks for joining us for the first half. We're going to let you hear from our sponsors, and then a little halftime action. I'll get some scores and stats for you here in just a few minutes.
Well, maybe he has a decent attitude right now. Got it. Oh!
That was beautiful video, Ryan, I can tell you. Don't miss our newest outdoor series at NSS Media as we follow local angler Wes Roberts as he returns to the sport of tournament fishing after a 13-year absence with a newfound passion. Follow Heart of Grace Outdoors on Facebook and get your Heart of Grace gear now and look for new episodes coming in November. The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school boards. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of State High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility, which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The Arkansas Activities Association believes that athletes are taught many things through sports. In addition to the skills, they learn self-control, ideals of fair play and honesty, respect for authority and for opposing players. To learn these values results in maximum benefits from his or her athletic experiences. All right, folks, welcome back. And we got about 9:20 to go. And we'll probably be like we've been every other week we've been here in Maumelle and get down to that final minute and get 3 minutes added on. So 9 minutes, and I'm going to jump over. Let me get out of this here. Got a few of you still watching, so let me hop out of here. I'm going to get you some updated scores from around the state. We'll start in 7A. Bryant Hornets having absolutely no problems with Rogers Heritage in the first round, 31-7 at the half. Cabot, no problems with Rogers, leads 41-0, and that one's in the second quarter. Conway leads Springdale 38-7. Little Rock Central and Fayetteville, kind of surprising there. Halftime 14-all. North Little Rock, no issues with Southside 28-0 at the half. Harbor over Northside 28-7. In 6A play, El Dorado leads Siloam Springs 41-17 in the second quarter. Greenwood over West Memphis 34-7. Van Buren, this is a surprising score. Van Buren leads Jonesboro 21-14 in the second quarter. It'll be one worth keeping an eye on. Another one a little closer than maybe most would have expected this early, but Lake Hamilton leads Sheridan 21-8. We'll see if Lake Hamilton can pull away in the second half of that one. And then at the half, this is a surprising score, you guys. Parkview leads Searcy 14-7. Very close game at War Memorial Stadium tonight between Searcy and Little Rock Parkview. The Searcy team that we got to watch last week against Sylvan Hills just absolutely get destroyed. So they are back and looking to, of course, defending state champions, a totally different team, new coach, and a lot of new players, new faces that are contributing for Searcy this year. But, boy, that'd be a huge upset in 6A if Searcy could come back and get that win. Mountain Home trails Pine Bluff 14-0 at the half. Pine Bluff's been a resurgent team this year. Sylvan Hills is handling business right now in the second quarter over Russellville, 21-6. Batesville having no issues with Jacksonville, up 35-0. As we get into 5A play here, Camden Fairview 42-0 over BB. Greenbrier leads Brooklyn 43-7. Clarksville and Greene County Tech are tied at 7. Magnolia leads Pea Ridge 35-0. What a tough season it's been for Pea Ridge and their move up to 5A ball as they've really struggled this year. Of course, our game, Nettleton and Maumelle tied at 7. Morrilton leads Hope 41-7 at the half. And another kind of surprising score in 5A, undefeated Texarkana is tied with Alma 14-all in the second quarter. Farmington leads Valley View 14-7. Valonia is handing it to Watson Chapel right now, 32-13. Whitehall leads Hot Springs 28-7. Arkadelphia, as we get to 4A ball, Arkadelphia leads Star City 42-6. Blytheville over Clinton 28-14. Hamburg leads Jonesboro Westside. There's some points being scored in that one. 34-28 in the second quarter. Huntsville, just the opposite, leads Bauxite in the second quarter 9-7. Gravette leads Mills 14-6. Pottsville leads Fountain Lake. Oh, my eyes are failing me. 16-6. Truman leads Heber Springs 20-6. Corning over Baptist Prep 30-14. Hackett over Mountain View 16-12. Hampton over Cross County 12-7. Dierks 37-0 over Mountainburg. Foreman 12-6 over Hector. Junction City leads Mark Tree 22-0. Hazen over Magazine 22-6. McCrory leads Magnet Cove 46-6. Mount Ida over Bearden 7-6. And Poen 42-0 over Cedar Ridge right now. And Quitman over Murfreesboro 13-0. As we look through some of these, kind of weird to see some of these 1-0 as they get the advance. But Little Rock Catholic advances because of these are the games that were canceled, forfeiting out. Bentonville West forfeits, so Catholic moves on. Benton has to forfeit because of COVID. Marion moves on. Johnson County Westside had to forfeit, which means East Poinsett County moves on. And Earl had to forfeit as well, which means Fordyce will move on to the second round of the playoffs. So as we await this second half, we got about 5 minutes to go in the half. Give you a quick little recap of what happened in the first half. A lot of defense in that first half as both teams really came out maybe a little sluggish on offense for Maumelle. And I think surprising to me is Nettleton comes out maybe the more physical team over Maumelle here early as they've really controlled the time of possession. Don't have stats in front of me currently But Maumel's only touchdown of the game came after the failed onside kick attempt by Nettleton after they went up 7-0 on the Cameron Scarlett touchdown run. And then Maumelle responded with a Jordan Scott 9-yard touchdown run at the other end of the field. And that's all the scoring. I think we expected a lot more points in this game for sure. And yet here we are, tied at 7 at the half.
First half was just a warm-up.
You were muted. He said he's going to mute you the whole time.
Yeah,
so.
probably. He doesn't like me anymore. It's okay. Like I said, first half was just a warm-up. We're getting ready to go here.
Yeah, and we talked about this in the first half. I mean, this Maumelle team has had some struggles at times.
They haven't put a whole game together all year.
Yeah, so I personally expect Maumelle to come out and move the ball extremely well here in this second half. But this big defensive line of Nettleton has given Maumelle fits so far in the first half.
They have, but if Maumelle discovered something in the waning last minute of the half with some of the little plays and what they had available, as long as they don't try to throw it up and just let that man play center field, looks like they moved the ball in chunks really quickly.
And I would not be surprised to see Maumelle come out and throw the ball a lot on this first drive of the second half.
Reyes is a good quarterback, and they got plenty of speed out on the outside.
They do, and I mean,
that'll open the middle up too.
Yeah, well, it'll open the running game up too. This is a game where you're facing some big guys in that middle for Nettleton, so maybe try to use the passing game to open up the running game. Like you said, get Ford Burton out to the edges and use him in the screen game, and maybe have an opportunity to move the ball down the field. So
Nettleton's offense is very, very key on that quarterback, and he's done a very good job.
I'm surprised. I really thought that Nettleton would struggle more offensively, and I know 7-7 sounds like a struggle, but really Nettleton's moved the ball. I mean, they moved around midfield on their first drive, then scored the touchdown on their next drive. They did have the 3 and out after the Maumelle touchdown, but other than that, Nettleton's been able to move the ball up and down the field. They just haven't been able to cash it in with points.
That's true.
And that's been a story for Maumelle. Even you think about that in that the very first game we did out here, and against Bologna, and a game that it felt like they dominated Bologna from start to finish, but was actually a pretty close game at the end.
It's very close to the end. Announcer down there announcing the scores out to the crowd. Bologna up 32.
I get to announcing these scores to you guys, and I feel like a young Randy Rainwater out here just going through scores over and over.
Voice, Dave.
and grow some beard now.
Man's got a serious beard going on. Straight Santa Claus in it, bud.
Yes. I guess he was thinking if COVID shut down the radio business, he could maybe make it as a
COVID Santa.
As a COVID Santa. A virtual Santa.
I'm sad with mine. It is like stunted, and for some odd reason, it's stalling out right now. I'm not too happy with it.
Is it?
It's got a curl to it.
I just started mine, November 1st, so we'll see how it goes. The gray is getting awful rough here.
What's gray?
Yeah,
just ask Will.
I can't say anything.
I can say a lot.
You and your gingerness is...
Mine just turns white in a few spots. And it's like, where did they come from? It wasn't there yesterday. I would have seen it.
So Maumelle and Nettleton are back on the field, getting warmed up, getting ready for this second half to get underway as we're under a minute on the scoreboard here before we start this second half of play. So Reyes brothers out here getting warmed up.
You might be seeing the passing of the torch over the next year. I mean, obviously, Jonathan Reyes is senior, and he ain't trying to go home yet. I can tell you that.
Let's see here. I'm trying to get.
You see, Maumelle probably distances herself from Nettleton in the second half.
Well, this first drive will be a big part of that. So, if you're Nettleton, 3 and out would be huge for you, or at least stop Maumelle from scoring. But if you're Maumelle, you want to, like you said, you want to kind of assert yourself here in the second half. You're at home. You're the higher-seeded team. You've been hot, won 3 games in a row. And so you're playing a team that hadn't played in 3 weeks. This is your opportunity now to open this second half and assert yourself, and we'll see if Maumelle can do that. On the other side of that, though, if you're Nettleton, if you listened to Tyler and I this week on our High on the Hogs podcast, we talked about the underdog role of Arkansas and how
So Arkansas was an underdog against the Florida Gators.
17.5-point dog, so yeah. But you let an underdog hang around in the second half, and they gain that confidence.
That is very true.
And if you're Nettleton here, you've traveled all the way down from Northeast Arkansas to come here and play a playoff game that not a lot of people gave you a chance to win. And if you can hang around and be tied or ahead or right with this Maumelle team as they get to the fourth quarter, anything can happen.
I think that's known as a chip on your shoulder.
Absolutely. Them boys got some big old shoulders to carry chips on, too.
A couple of them do for sure. Tortilla, potato, wood.
Oh, I could go for some tortilla chips and white cheese dip right now. Be kind of good.
Ole.
Any of my favorite Mexican restaurants around want to sponsor next week's game?
They could just cater. They could cater, and that would be fine.
I will talk all I want about all your cheese dips and fajitas and chimichangas and whatever else you want to feed me, right? So, minute and a half as we get both teams get stretched and ready for this thing.
Light. It's the light that's in here.
Yeah, no, I just saw that too.
It's like, wait a minute, where'd it come from? Oh, wait, the field didn't get darker. It's just the room beside us.
It gets significantly darker over there. I'm like, why? Oh, wait, okay. I look through some of these scores again, see if anything has changed. Like I said, some interesting ones here. Holy moly, that Sheridan Lake Hamilton scores changed. Lake Hamilton leads at the half 35-22 now.
Dang.
Sheridan doing a heck of a job to hang around in that game with a Lake Hamilton team that was expected to win that big.
35-22, 13 points.
Yeah, but that's a good half for Sheridan. You know, we've called a few Sheridan games this year. I'm guessing Peyton Edwards must be back on the field for them this week.
I would say you're probably right. The man with the great hair has probably caught a few balls.
I would guess so.
Was it Trey Davis?
Yeah, there you go. I'm really surprised by this Van Buren Jonesboro score.
What's Jonesboro doing?
Jonesboro is down 24-14. That's your 2 out of the 6A East. I mean, that'd be a big loss. Now I'll say this: I was talking to a good buddy of mine, Dio Vanucci, who does the sideline reports for Benton, and was actually he had a lot of things to say about that Van Buren quarterback and how good he is, and was really obviously he's showing out tonight as Van Buren leads 24-14 in a game that they definitely were not picked to win.
Edwards is back for Sheridan.
I saw that. I would assume so. I know he was out when we were down there with concussion issue, but there were some talks that he could miss the entire season. Obviously, that did not happen.
Good for him. He's a senior, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he is. He had a game a couple weeks ago. I think he ran for like 400 or right at it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, just stupid numbers.
You get tired?
They went back and looked. I follow the Sheridan Yellow Jacket Facebook page, and they actually went back in history and looked. They thought it was the most that anyone's ever had, but I think they found a guy back in like the 60s that ran for like 600 yards in a game or something.
They should change records like that because that's a different era.
Yeah. So Maumelle is ready for anything this time as they squeeze everybody up on midfield as Nettleton's in that weird little muddle huddle of a kick
straight up.
And we'll see what they decide to do. They'll do the fake. And again, this time they'll line up. The ball's caught at the 44 and hit at the 50. Across the 50, breaks tackle, 45, 40. And you got a number there, Andy. I did not get a number there.
I'm going with Maurice Mosby. And I'm not 100% sure why. That just feels like a name to go with right now. And he would be number 14. But he's not there. Very well could have been Will Maxwell Pace, too.
So I missed whoever that was as it hit an up back.
Poor.
But great field position yet again. And this is what led to Maumel's only points of the night.
Short field.
Yep. So still can't tell on our delay over here. So I apologize. Did not get a number on who caught that and returned it. So we'll see what Maumelle decides to do. They'll go to the run first. Jabo looking to the right, got a lot of room. Makes a man miss at the 30, 25. That looks like a face mask at the 20. Maybe not.
Around the head like he's going to bulldog you.
But we got a flag back here, and I think we're going to get a Maumelle hold.
Well, fiddlesticks. Cannot negate a good run like that. They have shot themselves in the foot several times with some holding penalties that have been either right there at the play or just a bit behind it. Probably even unneeded.
I'm not sure. Offensive lineman Nolan West is a little shaken up. It was about where that penalty was called. I'm not sure if that's who it's on, but we are getting the holding call. We got a Nettleton defender over here trying to get his shoe back on around the 30.
Is that what he was doing?
Yeah, I thought he was hurt.
I thought he was hurt, too. I was like, he's rolling around like he's got a messed up ankle or something.
And no one's checking on him.
No. Just can't get my shoe on, balls.
All right, so we get all that cleared up. First down, it was a hold on Maumelle, so back to the 39. It'll be 1st and 9. Go back to J-Bo, same play, and Lucky didn't get a block in the back. Now J-Bo going the wrong way. 40 breaks the tackle, and down at the 38. So all of that leads to no gain.
Look kind of cool.
And I'm trying to figure out why Big Andrew Chamley was laying on his backside about 6 yards behind the play there.
Well, he slipped. That's what I'm going to go with.
We'll try to watch this delay before this next play starts to see what happened.
Told you he slipped.
I don't even know. Chamley just got launched at the very end of the play. He wasn't overly happy about that. All right, so Reyes, he'll fake that one. That's Waits he was looking at. Now throws to his right. It's a nice catch. Really good catch. That's Sykes on the play. Down to the 29, very close. I mean, the 28 should be enough for a first down.
It was a good little play there.
And they're going to mark this. Well, now they're giving them the first down. Okay. Thought they were going to have to bring the chains across there.
You know them guys don't want to go that far.
Yeah, I pulled that from the complete opposite half. I mean, if they're spotting the 28, they needed the 29. That's not a hard one to eyeball from there. Whole yard.
Just look where your dot is, and it's not like we can put a yellow line on the field or anything, or draw on a telestrator. But
yeah,
if I had one, I'd be in trouble.
So now we got to reverse to Burton. Reyes blocking. He's got a lot of blockers. If he cuts inside, he may go down to the 20.
He did not go, but he had a nice little play there.
Give him 8.
Boy ran 46 yards sideways
to get 8.
Love it.
And he doesn't look like he's ran a second. Not out of breath, nothing. He's ready. Give me another one, Coach.
He'll come the other way.
Maumelle running all kinds of trickeration tonight. Waits still in the backfield, and that's where they'll go with it. Waits, big hole up the middle, across the 15, down to the 11-yard line, and that'll make it 1st and 10, Maumelle. Maumelle making a change here as big offensive lineman Fred Shaky comes into the game. Is that Jewel coming out? I don't believe that's Jewel, 56.
It's not.
That's going to be Tucker Culp.
It's a good football name.
So Reyes with Waits still behind him. And he will give it to Waits. Waits got room to the left side. If he can get around the corner, 10, 5, knocked out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Looks like they're using that speed a little more to get around them edges to me, Steve.
Yep, exactly what you said. And now here comes the beef. Davalier, Jewel, Scott.
Thanks for getting down there close for me, kid.
Yeah.
Let Daddy show you what's up.
Jordan Scott got in the year with like 17 touchdowns, all from a yard out.
Berghagen on late.
Yeah, he's going to kick this. No, I'm just kidding.
Who knows?
Another lineman
just
coming
kidding.
in.
Field goal.
As Sharkey comes back into the game again, and he'll come in at right guard, right tackle. Davalier is to his right at the tight end position.
That's imposing.
And they will give this one to Scott. And Scott's met at the 5-yard line by number 1, Bernard Turner, the linebacker. And, we got to fight. We got an issue here, and we're going to stop it. Oh, and a late flag is thrown. And I'm not sure. Scott's the one coming off the field who kind of got in the face of a Nettleton player, and I'm pretty sure Scott's going to be the one to get the call.
Well, you would think that by what's happening, but
And Scott is trying to be calmed down by the coaches on the sidelines right now. He's got to get his composure. This is a kid that Maumelle needs. Got to have him on both sides. They do call this against Scott.
That hurts right there. Got to keep your cool. Playoff football is another animal. You don't get to come back next week unless you win.
That's right. So the beef package comes out.
Well, the other package is working pretty well.
Yeah. But 3rd and forever here, as it's going to be 3rd down from the 20. They need the 1 for a first down. So 3rd and 19, Reyes. Throws over the middle. Burton, he threw it behind him. Just behind him as that ball was, I'm not sure if it got tipped, but it was behind Ford Burton, and we'll see if they'll bring in Burschhagen for the kick. Told you he was coming out there to kick. Shh. Maumelle does not look like they plan to kick this, though. Got plenty of time to decide, but nope, they're going to keep Reyes in the offense on the field. If you're Nettleton here, keep everything in front of you. Keep the goal line behind you, and don't get a pass interference penalty.
Not many plays in the book for 4th and 19 from the 20.
No. And so Reyes is looking. They'll throw the little screen pass now back to the left side, but not going to be enough to get anywhere near
nothing there. Doing there.
And we do have a flag on the field. And
did they get a face mask here?
And hang on, because it could be a hold. That's where all the motion kind of shifted back to. Maumel's got their defense on the field, so I don't think Maumelle believes this is against Nettleton.
Moat standing on the sideline looking at the coach. It's like, what do you want me to do?
I missed it. That flag came in really late, and that is against Nettleton. Oh, my goodness gracious. Did y'all see the call? I looked down for a second and missed what the actual call was.
I was trying to look at the screen.
But whatever it is going to be an automatic first down.
I got a 4 still on it, even though...
Well, I guess it's not. So I'm not sure. I'm trying to see. Help me out here if they run the play.
Face mask.
Face mask. So that's a first down. No, that should be an automatic first down here.
It's an automatic first.
Hey, he called it a personal foul 15-yarder.
Personal foul is a first down.
Yeah.
I don't understand this.
Maybe it's a high school rule that I don't understand. But Reyes looking to throw. And now a lot of pressure is going to get him rolling to the right. He's got a man in the back of the end zone. That's where he goes. Touchdown, Maumelle. What a throw. What a play. Is that Burton?
Yes, it is.
That's the Sheriff Ford Burton. Found his little zone there.
I don't know how you leave that man over.
Reyes, watch this play on the. It wasn't really they left him over. They just lost track of him. He backed up about 3 steps, and Reyes just dumped it over the top. This was a great play. You watch Burton. Burton's going to get contact here at the goal line. Now, if you watch, well, our camera was a little slow to get back there. But Burton had just walked back about 3 steps and was wide open. Great job, great awareness of where he was on the field. Kick by Burschhagen is up. It is no good as he moved, as he cut or pulled that left, and that could be big.
It's very big.
Maumelle now leads. 9:03 to go in the third quarter. 13-7 Hornets.
Playing for your scholarship, kid.
Yeah. Well, I tell you now, that was an interesting drive. They got a little help. May need a little help. We may need a little help from some officials with high school football to understand why a personal foul face mask is not a first down. Didn't end up mattering.
Didn't matter. Touchdown.
Still, I think I need to open a high school football rule book, I guess, and figure that one out.
Anytime you call personal foul is a first down.
That's what I thought. So scale
what I get for thinking, I guess.
Yeah,
so,
we should never think. Between the two of us, we ain't got enough brain to think for one person.
We're in trouble. We can talk about football, though.
That's right.
And basketball.
That's right.
And baseball.
That's right.
And golf.
Yeah.
John Daly's kid signed with Arkansas.
I saw that. Have you watched any of the Masters?
Tiger was 3 strokes off after his best first day.
Yeah, he wasn't doing so hot today, I don't think.
It doesn't surprise me.
I didn't see where he ended up, at least when I was listening to some of the updates.
I'm a Tiger fan. Always
I am too.
Even when his wife hit him with a 9.
I mean, he deserved it, but
there's no doubt about that.
The ball was dropped. He picked back up, hit at the 20.
Way to hang on.
It was a good job. Was that one?
Be Maxwell Pace if it is.
I believe that was the first one there.
Yeah, one's coming from over there for sure.
That was Floyd, I believe, on the return for Nettleton. So Nettleton, they've been used to this, starting about 75, 80 yards from the end zone every time. Again, think about it. Maumelle scored twice, both times because they got the ball inside the 50.
All my years of watching football, it's the first time I've ever seen a ref throw the ball overhand.
So Scales in motion. Maumelle in a zone here. Marshall looking to blitz. Now Scales will come back this way. They'll hand it off to Pugh, and guess who makes the tackle?
Josh
Marshall. Not Jonathan.
No. See, I'm doing what you did.
You got Yep.
I'll claim it. It's me. I messed that up, kid. Sorry.
Hey, at least we're not calling a guy the wrong name the whole day. We still blame Coach Horton for that one.
Blaming Horton. Well,
Sylvan Hills leads Russellville 44-6 at the half. I just got that alert. I think Sylvan Hills will be hosting next week.
Apparently the only automatic first down in high school.
And that'll be enough for a first down for Cameron Scarlett.
Just busted out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Went on a little walk, didn't he?
There was nobody there to stop Scarlett as he gets, I think, about, 24 on that play out to the 43-yard line, 43-yard line.
Apparently the only automatic first down you can get in high school football is a roughing the passer or a kicker call.
I guess. I think interference, too. I think interference still gets you an auto first, does it not?
Not according to the rule that was just shared with me.
Okay.
If that's the case, we'll blame the guy who shared the rule.
All right. So Willis in motion. Scales now in motion the other way. Interesting play as he wants to go back to Scales. Scales can't hold on to it. That ball's on the ground. It was a forward pass.
We've seen Maumelle capitalize on a pick six before.
Yes. Put a game away.
Mr. Mosby.
Yeah, that's right. Got to start thinking about that player of the game.
I was wondering about that a few seconds ago. I was going to bring it up, and then Cameron Scarlett sprung one for about 25 yards.
A little early to come up with whoever it might be because we've got a battle right now.
Yes, for sure. Tight game. I know who it'd be if it comes from the Nettleton side so far.
Yeah? Who you got?
Go to 9.
Go with Scarlett. Scarlett will keep this one. They missed the tackle across the 45, across midfield as he drags the guy out of bounds.
Hold that man up. Don't let him fall like that.
Scarlett hops up at the 48, I believe, 49. Looks like that's where they're going to spot this. So it's going to bring up a third down.
3rd and 3. 3rd and 2. See, 3rd and 3 according to the announcer.
So 3rd and 3.
Now, granted,
it looks more like 2.
49 to 47. Check my math, but I think there's 2 there.
I think this is going to be a power run by the quarterback. What do you think?
No.
Hey, there it is. Right up the middle. Maumelle could not stop it as Scarlett squeezed through there, and he goes across the 45 to the 44. That's a first down for Nettleton.
Here we go.
That'll stop the clock. 7:47 to go in the third quarter.
Methodically strolling down the middle of the field.
This is exactly what Nettleton's done, and they need to move the chains up. They've got the chains marked at the wrong. There you go. Now you get them.
Forward a little bit there, bud.
Now you get them. So 1st and 10, 7:38 to go in the third. Scales in motion. And they will hand this one to Pugh. Pugh is stacked up, maybe a yard on the play.
Took a tumble there at the end of that one.
He did. Kind of popped out of that. Yeah.
Everybody stopped pushing except him.
Pew's legs just kept on going.
I got to go, Coach.
I tell you, I'm really curious. That 44-9 score by Cersei, I'm curious how many yards Tavion Cunningham has tonight. That's a dude you missed last week, too. Whew.
Yeah, no.
We're hoping.
Thanks,
we'll
Steve.
see. Maybe we'll make another appearance at Sylvan Hills.
He's young, too, isn't he? Like a sophomore?
I believe that's right. Now that you asked me that, I don't remember.
Yeah, now what?
Hey, I've
Stat boy.
seen a few games since then.
Stat boy.
Yeah. But I do believe he's a junior. And they'll hand this one. Nope. Scarlett's going to keep it. He's got his man in front of the tight end, Willis. Boy, that's a big old boy, and you're going to get a hold here. It's going to be called on Nettleton, I'm pretty sure, on Tolley.
Sykes is hurt. He's hopping off the side.
He got rolled up, I think, didn't he?
He got rolled through by Mr. Willis.
He does not want to put anything on that leg.
No, he's a good hopper right now, though.
Yeah. They'll get him to the training table, take a look at it, get him taped up. That will be a hold. That'll back this one up 10.
Get Jalen Pettis down there throwing a hand in the air. Hey, you're going that way.
So 2nd down and 12 now as they'll back this one up. The hold from they would have been a 2nd and 2, or 3rd and 2, I guess. Instead, 2nd down and 11.
That's 9.
That's definitely not right.
It says 9 on the board, but you were behind the sticks, which would mean a minimum of an 11.
And now they want to throw deep. He's got a man on the pump fake, and he overthrew him.
He didn't want to reach for that. That ball was catchable.
He was looking for Toll. He had an opportunity, but just put it out of his reach.
That ball was catchable.
I was a little shielded by our monitor here, so you had a better view of that.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully we get a good view over there on the camera. You can catch it. Like I said, watch him pull these arms back. He was gun shy, to say the least, on this one, it looked like.
Yeah, maybe. Might have been a little high outside of him, but maybe could have been caught. So Scarlett's going to get the snap here. Davalier coming. Oh, Davalier's got him. Woo! Son, I think the ball was out too. Maybe, no.
I think you're right.
He fell on it, but boy, you could see that one developing the minute it happened. Davalier just destroyed the left tackle.
Never by him before
golly. That was one of those at the snap you could almost call the Davalier sack. My
Crunch.
gosh.
Yeah, there wasn't no getting out of that one.
No.
That is blindside at its finest.
79. Right, Alan Campbell he got just abused on that play, unfortunately.
Too much speed.
Maumelle trying to get some shifts here, get some guys on the field for this punt. And it's going to be Scarlett. Good kick this time.
Kick.
And running back is Ford Burton at the 11s, where he's going to set his feet across the 15. Makes the guy miss at the 20, going to run out of bounds at the 23. We got a
79 miss.
79.
79 miss.
Alan Campbell just missed again. Second play in a row that he's missed everything he's looked for. Tough break for 79.
Except the sideline.
We got a penalty on the field at the 25. I wish I would have borrowed a few of those sayings from the PA announcer at Sylvan Hills last week. That's something you missed out on last week. Now. That was some good stuff.
Boy over there stopped on a dime, left him 9 cents change.
No, I mean, it was like a, what was it? What was the one, the Serengeti one? There's a,
the gazelle lives on the Serengeti.
Oh, I can't remember. It was something about.
Like a deer and the cheetahs behind him.
No, he was talking about the penalties.
Not gonna catch him.
Every time they throw a flag, he had a different one for every flag they called. It was awesome.
There's a piece of laundry on the Serengeti out there.
Did we ever conclude that was Jay Bird's dad or grandfather, one or the other? Jay Bird with KARK. He's a sure. I mean, he's from Sylvan Hills, so he graduated from Sylvan Hills. And I know that was the guy, the PA announcer's last name. And I don't know what this conversation, I think, is about the penalty. And Coach Horton is getting an explanation, and the coaches are discussing it among themselves very adamantly.
If you see Horton just reach up and judo chop that guy, you'll know he didn't get what he wanted.
We should call some. We need to call some MMA one time. That'd be fun.
As long as it's not on a football field, I think we'll be okay.
So still a discussion going on here as Coach Horton got whatever he wanted to hear.
He might not have got what he wanted.
I don't know if he heard what he wanted to hear, but he heard something.
Deal with it is what he heard.
And what are we trying to figure out here? Like, there's a penalty. You called it. What is it?
Ow.
I'll take this moment to remind folks that, and this was against Maumelle, we have a major shortage of officials in the state of Arkansas. The AAA would like to have you sign up to be an official for next year. So go to the AAA website and sign up.
I don't think I'd be very good at it.
You got to be able to move pretty quick, not overly quick. But
I'd get run over about every play. I'm going to play middle of the field. I can duck, dodge, and dip and dive and all that stuff from dodgeball, but moving left and right is going to be a problem.
All right, so after all that, it's 1st and 10 from the 14. And they're going to throw. Burton makes the catch. Across the 10, just lowers the head. He made the defender pay on that one.
Probably could have jumped him, honestly. That guy went way low.
That was McCarlin Barber.
We're going to see something special here. We're going to get a long play.
I butchered that first name, I'm sure.
It's all right. I looked at that one earlier and was wondering myself.
So 2nd down and 4 from the 20. And they'll give this one to J-Bo. J-Bo, a lot of penetration by Nettleton. They may get a yard out of this, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for Maumelle, and we got an injured Nettleton Raider. That is 74. That's going to be Jordan Pigram, sophomore lineman. And this is a knee or ankle issue, it looks like.
Hold on to that knee. Maybe a cramp, which is kind of odd at this.
Again, it's
juncture for sure.
Team hadn't played in 3 weeks. And that's exactly, they're stretching that, looks like the hamstrings out maybe, or calf, I can't tell.
He's got it bent. It's probably going to be a calf at that point, but get it straight, we'll go hamstring. Hey, good job.
Yeah.
Get up and get back in the game. We need you. That's what Coach said.
So we'll see. I do believe it's just a cramp issue.
Tell you this, last time we were here, Chamblee was a water boy.
Yeah.
Makes a better offensive lineman than he does a water boy.
He's a big water boy.
He was. He was diligent about helping his teammates, so I commend him for that. The water boy come out there bigger than everybody on the field. Why are you not playing? We can't talk about that.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm not playing. I did something wrong. I'm sorry. I'll be back next week. Please win without me.
Wow. Lake Hamilton leads Sheridan 36-35.
Sheridan leads 36.
Sheridan leads 36-35 over Lake Hamilton in the third quarter.
I was wondering how Lake Hamilton's going to score 1 point.
That might be the upset of the playoffs so far.
First game we called, wasn't it? Lake Hamilton?
Yeah, Lakeside and Sheridan.
Lakeside. Okay. I knew it was Lake something.
Hey, that'd be a huge win for Sheridan. Give them a ton of credit if they can get that win.
We've got a full assortment of weapons, and they can probably do it like they're doing right now.
All right. Oh, nice job by Reyes to bring that snap down.
He'll get the first down, that's for sure.
He should, and he does. He's got enough for that first. I believe that was J-Bo to the 25. And it was. Jalen Smith comes out of that pile. He'll step out, still a little gimpy on that right leg. That ankle bothering him a little bit, but
got a little speed back coming in now, though.
Yeah, he can get Waits back in the game.
Waits would be an advantage right here. If they hand the ball off, they're going around the side. They're not driving the center.
I'd love to see, the old LSU pitch play here. Just get this ball to the outside.
Left and go to the long side of the field and see if you can catch me.
Instead, they'll fake. This one will go to Burton. Burton could not get the block as Watts could not block his guy. And Burton falls forward for maybe a yard.
Still don't think they're using their speed to their advantage. They're trying to, but they are – anything within that first 5 yards, Nettleton has closed extremely fast. They've had good defensive penetration the entire game. They've been in the backfield. Seems like the only time Maumelle has really made some big yardage is getting around the corners.
I'm actually more surprised at the amount of speed that Nettleton's been able to bring in this game. I saw the size, didn't think they'd be able to hang speed-wise, but they've been right there step for step from Maumelle.
3-5-3 defense also helps you with that.
Reyes has got Moats, but he overthrew him.
Oh, Lord.
Tough one there, as he had Moats open, but it's a tough throw, as you're going to have to drop that on a dime right over top of both defensive backs. So Barber was waiting right there for it.
And this drive is kind of stalled out, kind of like what the rest of them have. But
we've definitely had a defensive battle on our hands tonight. We're going to probably have to pay a little more attention to those defensive lines to find our player of the game tonight, possibly.
Yeah. I can agree with that. Maybe a linebacker.
Yeah, there's a linebacker number 6 out there. But we haven't really called his name a whole lot tonight.
He's been there.
Of course, Nettleton's played really well on the defensive side as well. So Reyes, big blitz. J-Bo does a good job picking it up. Now throwing deep, and that's interference. That's boy, you got to call that.
All day.
I mean, easy call right there.
Well, bailed him out. Give him a first down.
Was that Watts he was looking for down there?
Thought it was.
He's coming back with the football now. And I'm still waiting to see the number.
Turn this way.
That's not Watts. I can't see that jersey for nothing. It's not 8, it's a 2. 19. So I have to dig for that one. 19 is, that's the younger Reyes, Anthony Reyes.
Older brother, little brother.
There's your automatic first down. So 1st and 10, Maumelle out at the 41-yard line after the pass interference. And
had it been 3rd and 16, it wouldn't have been.
That was a pretty darn easy pass interference call.
Yeah. If they missed that one, it'd be an issue.
He just shoved him down.
Reyes hadn't had a lot of time to really get back there.
No. So they'll hand this one to Jabo. Jabo cuts back inside. Crutton, we may have a hold now. Another flag. The ball's out. Yeah, Jabo fumbled that. And let's see where this is. Nettleton has it, but I think Nettleton certainly came out with that.
I completely got lost on that play.
And I do believe that Nettleton's running off the field like they gave it to him. I'm going to watch our delay feed here. Let me know what the call is down there.
Holding.
That ball is
the offense.
That is Nettleton ball, 100%.
Penalty is declined.
Should be first down Nettleton. Yeah, and it is.
First down Nettleton.
There's zero question about that one. Looking at the replay over here, Nettleton definitely recovered an obvious fumble by Jalen Smith.
Yeah, Smith wasn't happy about that. Of course, who would be if they fumbled football? But
so a huge turnover. I think that was Barber who recovered that.
6?
5, I think. It was either 5 or 6. If it was 6, it would have been Tolley.
I don't think it was Tolley. It could have been 8. It could have been Bradley.
So now they'll give that to 8. That is Bradley on the handoff, and Bradley's got a lot of room to run as he gets inside the 40, and he'll be marked down at the 37-yard line, a yard shy of the first down. Is that our first turnover of the night?
No, we had a pick at the end of the first.
Well, yeah. First meaningful turnover. How about that?
Very meaningful turnover on this play.
This is big. I mean, 3:07 and counting left in the third quarter. Maumelle only leads 13-7 because of the missed extra point. So a huge turn of events here from Maumelle. In a playoff that is going to be marred by COVID anyway. Some interesting things happening.
That was close.
Yeah, it was. Scarlett gets to the right. He's got that first down. So give him 3 inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Scarlett getting the call to his offensive line.
They were primarily out of shotgun this entire game, haven't they?
Yeah, neither team's been under center tonight.
Didn't think so.
I think that's still Barber. Scales in motion to give it to Barber. Bounces off 1 to the 30, and that's where the pile will stop.
Trying to rip at the ball there.
Yeah. Maumelle trying to take one back.
You got Maxwell Pace down here.
And we may have an injured Maumelle Hornet, and we do.
Yeah. That's their safety.
And this is a knee or shin.
Looks like a shin. His foot still looks to be in place, so that's a positive.
Yeah. Man, speaking of that, did you see that broken ankle in the
no, I didn't.
What game was that over the
Kyle
weekend?
Allen? Washington?
No, this was a college game.
Georgia had a player that got
That's the game it was.
They showed it one time. I didn't see it. I hadn't really looked for it.
It was brutal.
Kind of like the Dak one, I imagine.
Yeah, sort of, except it was one of those things where, I mean, when Dak did it, you knew he did it. Like, it was immediate. If you weren't really watching the end of that play, you wouldn't have known it happened.
I looked away after the touchdown.
Well, see, when he hit him, you could see his ankle snap. And then when he went down, he's got his leg held in the air and his leg's just dangling. His foot's dangling.
Sweet, I've been there.
Shins this way, foot's dangling. And the craziest part about it is one of the Georgia players is running over and he celebrates. Yeah. And he looks over and he sees his leg and he just flips out, like just freaks out. Because, of course, the tight end for Georgia is like holding his leg in place and his leg's just, it was rough. Never want to see a guy get hurt like that.
No, that's for sure.
So we hope that's not the issue here, as we don't have a number, so I'm not sure who the injured player is yet.
Maxwell Pace.
Is it Pace?
Yeah.
It'd be a big loss.
Yeah, it's a hard-hitting safety they got. He's also their punt returner and one of their kickoff returners.
Yeah. So we'll see as they are still attending to the injured Hornet.
Third quarter winding to a close, though.
Yeah, under 2 minutes now left in the third. 1:58 to go as Nettleton trying to drive and tire and take the lead back with an extra point. And now they are asking all the Maumelle players to leave the field. So the officials, and I don't like the looks of this. And that looks like a bag of bad stuff coming out. So Well, we got to hope and pray
He's
for
got his helmet off too,
Maxwell Pace here, but I don't like what we're seeing. Usually there's an air cast or something along those lines in those bags. So let's just...
His leg, when he was laid over, it didn't look like it was in the greatest of shape. I just wasn't going to say much about it. I think you got him probably going to get a cart of some sort. Coach walking off the field here. I believe it's going to get the gate. Yeah, they're going to.
Yeah, they're going to
bring in some sort of vehicle of some sort. Never like to see this.
I believe this is probably his family coming down the stands over here to our left, going through the band. As they just got up to head down towards the field.
It'll be all right.
Part of football, unfortunately. These things happen.
Foot gets trapped under someone, can't do anything, can't go.
You just hate to see this for...
The other thing, you don't want your players seeing it either, as far as just the visual part of it. The mental thing, big time with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
A lot of different fears and stuff like that don't need to be had.
Maxwell Pace Jr., another one of this is a loaded junior class for the Maumelle team. Yeah, go ahead. Let's run that. We'll be right back here in just a minute, folks.
Well, maybe he has a decent attitude right now.
Got it. Oh! That was beautiful video, man, I can tell you. Don't miss our newest outdoor series at NSS Media as we follow local angler Wes Roberts as he returns to the sport of tournament fishing after a 13-year absence with a newfound passion. Follow Heart of Grace Outdoors on Facebook and get your Heart of Grace gear now and look for new episodes coming in November. All right, they've brought the card out, and we still do believe this is Maxwell Pace who's the player down, so... I'm going to trust Andy and his eagle eyes and memory and all that good stuff.
Number one was...
That's definitely Maxwell Pace.
Yeah. Not to mention you don't have one over here on the side with your other guys.
They're going to help him to the cart. They got that
camera line in on him. You can zoom in on it from there.
Yeah, well, I've told our camera person not to zoom in on these things. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, at least he can tell you who it is.
But... that's hard, man. That's going to be hard. Great look at the sportsmanship, though, by Nettleton as they're all going to come over and give him a tap for good, just to get well here. As you hate to see this, man.
This is what you want to see, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every single player from both teams.
This is a big piece of that secondary, though.
Oh, yeah.
He's Maumelle.
More than just a secondary with them. He's their punt returner. Like I said, he's the one who lays the leather from in their secondary. So
we'll do our best to get an update on Pace before this game is over.
For this young man, though.
Gotta hate that, man. Gotta hate that.
It's Reyes that just went over to him.
Reyes over to check on his teammate as they will slowly get this cart off the field. Yeah. And I would assume he will likely head straight to Children's Hospital or one of the local facilities to have that leg looked at.
Yeah, the same chip.
Wow. So Lake Hamilton, end of the third quarter, 42-36. I can't wait to see the stats from that game.
Is that one in Sheridan? Or is that
no, it's at Lake Hamilton. Marshall showing blitz here, and he's offsides. And I don't like that rule in high school.
You can't get back.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. He's in the neutral zone, but he was back before the ball was snapped.
Ball never moved.
Yeah, I just don't like that. But
it is what it is.
Yep.
Can't do anything about it. They're going to change the rules now.
A little aggressive by Marshall trying to get a step on that blitz, and so
get that defense pump back up.
Yeah, so make it 2nd and 2 now. 1:47 to go in the third as we get back into action.
It's a costly penalty down there this close, though.
Yeah.
Even if it's just 5 yards.
Because I don't think we've got much in the way of kicking from either of these teams, honestly. So I think they'd be going for it, and this is big here. So Scales in motion. Scarlett will go right with it on the power. He's got the first down. I believe, it's going to be close now as they stand him up, back him up.
Wad him up on the ground.
Forward progress is going to be called at the 22, and that will be enough for a Nettleton Raider first down. So 1st and 10 Raiders with 1:26 now to go in the third quarter. And Maumelle starting to look like the team that's a little tired.
Hands on the hips.
And hadn't played in 3 weeks. A lot of energy exerted by this Maumelle team over these last few weeks of the season just to get to this point to host a game in the playoffs this year. So see if that affects them. They'll hand this one off up the middle. And trying to rip that ball out is Marshall. Now, who was that come flying in over the top? That's
probably
13. Yeah, you're right. Pettis, who is in there, I believe, for pace now.
No, he plays corner. He's starting corner.
I thought they shifted him back to safety.
Might have, but he started the game at corner.
Yeah, see, they've shifted Pettis back to safety, so he's in there for pace. 2nd and 9. And Scarlett's going to look over and get his call from the sidelines. Now these fans starting to try to get a little loud. So you sneak one of these guys and trips to the left out, and that's what they're going to try to do, and they did. Got him. The low throw is not. Yeah, it is caught. It is caught at the 6-yard line, and that's going to be another Nettleton first down. And I was about to say, you only had Pettis, and he was shaded to the right side there. Anything to the left, I'd even try that and just streak a guy to the left corner of the end zone. You may have 6. You have no help from the safety position over the top on the left side of the defense. So we'll see if they stick to that. And actually Nettleton, and that's what they're going to do. Nettleton's going to be content to let this run out. Well, now we've stopped the clock. And again, what are we doing?
Not running the football correctly.
There have been so many clock stoppages which have made 0 sense so far.
It kills any bit of momentum you can get going.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, Maumelle wants to run no huddle and try to move quickly, but Nettleton doesn't really. They get to the ball quickly, but then they stop and make their calls. But what are we doing? Something's declined. I don't know. Oh, so they call?
No
they
catch.
Went back that far to call that an incomplete pass?
No catch.
Well, the back judge that was back there called it an incomplete pass.
Well, no, the back judge was coming in saying catch. I'm not sure who. This is an interesting call. Coach is not going to be happy about it, but he's going to accept the decision. Doesn't look like he's got much of a choice here. So instead of 1st and goal, it's now.
We don't get an instant replay here.
No, it's now 3rd and 8. Sorry. I mean, we got the booth, but we don't have the replay. So 3rd and 8.
Just call us here. We'll check it for you.
Yeah. And these fans getting loud again.
How do they go to a 3rd and 5?
It's not 3rd and 5. It's 3rd and 8. They don't have. There we go. 3rd and 8 from the 20. Need the 12 for a first down. Scarlett's alone in the backfield. Empty set. Trips to his right. Now Scales in motion. They'll fake it there. Wants to go deep on the pump fake. Back corner. He overthrew him.
4th and 8.
So 4th down and 8. Do you kick a field goal here? I don't know what their kicking situation is like, but we haven't seen much in the way of great kicking from either of these teams, whether it be the missed extra point, the kickoffs, or the punts. If not,
38 yards from there.
Been impressive.
38 yards is a pretty big kick for a high school kicker. But you got some coming off the side of the bench over here on the Nettleton sideline. One of them looks like he might be a kicker.
That may be the special teams. Those are the guys that were just kind of chilling under the tent, but they're taking a lot of time here. If you're Nettleton, you can't waste a timeout here for sure. Play clock down to 10. And Nettleton's going to go for it.
Booth starts to shake.
Scales in motion. Fakes it. Looking. Pressure. Can't make the sack. Got a guy leaking out. He dropped it. Oh, Willis was in the end zones. He had 6, and he just dropped it.
Yeah, Maumel's defender fell down.
Yeah.
He was down to like the 10-yard line.
Man.
That was a walk-in all day.
His teammates are going to go over and console him, but boy.
Ted, you get a turnover on downs. Talk about a missed opportunity.
Man, just a great play by Scarlett, and the defender, just fell right down. So real quick, I'm going to jump over here. I'm getting some score updates, but I want to run through a few scores before Maumelle starts here. And I'll come back to that here in just a second.
Fail.
Waited too long. So Reyes has got Jabo to his left. That's where he gives it. Jabo waiting for his blockers to set something up. Finds a little seam. He's out to the 30-yard line.
Good little run.
Should be enough for a first down in the last play of the third quarter. So as we head to the fourth quarter here in Maumelle, the Maumelle Hornets lead the Nettleton Raiders 13-7.
Well, maybe he has a decent attitude right now.
I just...
Got it. Oh!
That was beautiful video, I tell you. Don't miss our newest outdoor series at NSS Media as we follow local angler Wes Roberts as he returns to the sport of tournament fishing after a 13-year absence with a newfound passion. Follow Heart of Grace Outdoors on Facebook and get your Heart of Grace gear now and look for new episodes coming in November. The Arkansas Activities Association believes that athletes are taught many things through sports. In addition to the skills, they learn self-control, ideals of fair play and honesty, respect for authority and for opposing players. To learn these values results in maximum benefits from his or her athletic experiences. All right, welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. And here we go. So here we go, trying to throw this one out. Watson's got the catch. It's across the 35 to the 37-yard line, and another late flag. Another flag thrown here. Had a gain of about 5 on the play, well, about actually 8 on the play to the 38-yard line. And another long conversation between the officials to figure out why they threw a flag. Ineligible man downfield is going to be the call.
I think you should talk a little slower to keep up with how quick they can get the play figured out and know what the penalty is, Steve.
So I'm watching Andrew Chambly over here, and I don't know if he was the man that was the ineligible receiver downfield. He wasn't happy about the play call. I kind of want to watch him on this next play and see who he just annihilates.
Get out of his element, he might get annihilated himself.
Right?
Then again, we could see a move from the blind side.
Yeah.
Carry the man plumb to the other end zone. He is definitely a big left tackle.
So they're in the fourth quarter down in Lake Hamilton. Lake Hamilton leads that one 42-36.
Outside run.
And this one goes to Jabo, trying to get a block. Stiff arm at the 30. Drags the guy to the 33.
It's going to be always scares me.
Yeah. Dorian Tucker is the man who makes the tackle for Nettleton.
Not so much the play, but the tackle, because he's rolled around the back, and it's almost like when he pulls up to pull him down, you roll the ankles up on it. It's just real sketchy.
Yes. So we get another break in the action, and I'll get you some updated 5A scores from around the state. And keeping an eye on a couple of 6A games as well. So Reyes ready for the snap on 2nd and 7. Watts in motion. This one will go to Jabo. Jabo's got a chance. Cross the 45 all the way to the 49.
Boy, it looked like he tackled that man high with a face mask.
I thought the same thing.
I was like, where's the laundry? I'm looking for it. And it just, nope. New laundry on the 7 gets you today.
It's a big run there out to the 49. 1st and 10, Maumelle. 11:22 to go in this one. Reyes directing traffic. Let's say they don't have enough guys. Now they do have enough guys in the backfield to get both those guys off the line. They'll hand this one off to Waits. Jalen Waits. Look at that speed across the 40. Oh, if he could have kept his feet, he was going to the house.
He was taking that one to the house.
Give him 11 to the 40 as they get into Nettleton territory. Now the big gash plays are happening for Maumelle as they're starting to pick up chunks.
Moving around the ends every time. Waits has got that speed. I'm surprised they hadn't put Ford Burton in the backfield and practice anything with him coming off just a handoff. We know he can do it. We've seen him do it.
Yeah. We've not seen any of that hardly at all tonight.
Been real quiet this half anyway. Of course, then again, it's probably going to happen right now.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 40.
So they'll hand this one. That's Watts again.
Waits.
Waits, not Watts.
Watts is
Roderick. Wide receiver. Jalen Smith will come back into the game now as Waits will come out.
White shoes for black shoes. I said that wrong. Black shoes for white shoes. 2 for 3.
So Maumelle getting ready here. 2nd and 8. We're down to 10 minutes to go in this game. A much closer game than I think a lot of people expected. Smith now to the left. Motion man, I believe, is Ford Burton.
It's going to be.
And Ford Burton's got this one across the 35.
How did that happen?
And stacked up. Still doesn't go down. He just doesn't go down.
It's like, I'm going to run this way. I'm not hitting the ground now. Good catch, ref. Good catch.
So Maumelle going to run to the line of scrimmage quickly here. Get lined up. 3rd and 4.
I think they see a mismatch.
And now they'll wait. And I think they like the play. They're going to stick with it here. Reyes gets the snap. He's going to hand this one off. That's Jalen Smith up the middle. He's got the first down to the 25. Falls forward to the 24-yard line.
This ref has always shortened me from where I see him fall, man.
I always go to the guy right here. This guy right on the side, wherever he's standing is who I'm going to. So first down, Maumelle, 24-yard line. 1st and 10, 9:05 to go in this one. First down. They'll move Moats out this time. And they look confused.
Doesn't look like it's going to be a bubble screen to you, does it?
Yeah, it might be. A lot of movement now. They will change the play call here as they try to eat some clock up. 8:44 to go. They'll fake this one. Now wants to go on the screen. Burton makes the catch. 25. Makes man miss at the 21, and that's where he'll go down. And now we've got an injured Raider.
Come on now.
Come on. That's a knee. He's slowly trying to get up, and he does.
Little stinger there.
That is 10 Dorian Tucker, who was out there on the coverage, and he'll walk this one off and be all right. So 2nd and 5. Make that 6 from the 20. 8:12 now to go. Clock running. I'll hand this one to Smith. Across the 20, down to the 16-yard line.
Got squished.
Yeah, he did.
By number 52. They got that guy as a linebacker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Well, they run that weird 3-5-3.
Might as well call it, man, a dead-come nose tackle. That's a loaded linebacker.
So quick to the line. First time we've seen Maumelle go under center. And they're trying to get him to jump off sides, eat some more clock. 7:35 to go in this one.
32.
A touchdown here by Maumelle could be the difference. Could be over if you can score here. And there's a snap. They'll hand this one. Nope. Fakes to Smith. Looking end zone. Threw it behind his receiver. And an interesting fact. I think you're right. I think that's pass interference, but I'm not sure if I agree with the call.
Unless he somehow kept his hand down or something like that.
Can't.
Somebody's having a good time down there.
Yeah, they are.
Most acts like he might have hurt his hand or he got his gloves off. Something.
And we got a pass interference.
PI call here. Go ahead and help him out again with a 3rd and 2 and give him 15 yards.
That will be half the distance to the 8. It'll make it 1st and goal. Maumelle.
Do we get the big package? I think they give up on that. Figured out that the speed around the side is kind of where the bread and butter is this game, it looks like.
I'll give this one to Smith. Smith's got some room outside. 5-4 dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Jalen Smith. And the Maumelle Hornets have extended their lead as the clock's still running. No one stopped the clock. Now they finally do it 7:08. I don't know if they'll add any time to this. Should be about 7:13 on the clock. But Jalen Smith gets in the end zone And we'll see if they go for 2 here. I believe they will, as they will leave the offense on the field.
No Cavalier in sight.
No, but also no Reyes in sight. They are going to kick this. No, they're going to.
Burton in the backfield.
That is Reyes under center. Who is that?
Ford Burton was in the backfield.
Oh, they shift this. Who is that? That's not Reyes, I don't believe. All kinds of craziness going on here. They wanted to throw it. Now he still will throw it. Just pitches it up there. It's caught. But I think he's short of the – they're going to call it incomplete.
It's an interesting play. I like how it popped up there.
Was that No. Paxton Compton, the sophomore. I think – no, that was Reyes, I guess. I don't know who that was. There was all kinds of crazy stuff going on that play.
Still got the ball in his hand down there.
But a missed extra point when it's all said and done with 7:08 to go in this ball game. Maumelle leads 19-7, and did Jalen Smith just separate himself as our player of the game?
He's had a pretty good game, in my opinion.
He's been the offense so far.
He's done well when he's in there, and any room to run whatsoever, he's made the most of it. So that's kind of what I was thinking too so far.
So looking at some 6A scores real quick, just some games we're watching. Van Buren's it looks like they're going to beat Jonesboro 31-14. Lake Hamilton has extended their lead now over Sheridan 49-36. I think the depth may be the difference now as Lake Hamilton's starting to put some points on the board. Little Rock Parkview has separated from Searcy, so Parkview looks like they're going to move on up 35-7. And they'll have a matchup with Sylvan Hills next week as Sylvan Hills leads Russellville 47-6. And that Sylvan Hills team, better watch out. That's a team that could win the 6A if folks aren't careful. So we get ready for the kickoff here, and I'll get to those 5A scores. There's the kick back deep and stepping up to make the play.
Uh-oh.
I believe that's Floyd. Floyd breaks free across the 30 out to the 34-yard line.
He had a little room there, it looked like, for a second.
Yeah. And this is, I think, probably the best starting field position of the night for this Nettleton Raider team.
Not going to disagree with you on that.
They seem to have lived on starting the ball inside the 25-yard line tonight. So 7:01 to go in this one. This is big. This is a big opportunity. If you're Nettleton, you got to get 6 on this drive.
Then you got to get one of those crazy onside kicks to work.
Yeah. I don't know if you can score quick enough. You don't necessarily need it. Both teams have got all their full complements of timeouts. But you can't take this much time. Obviously, the clock not running now, but after this, you've got to be moving. Under 5 to go on the play clock. Scarlett finally gets the call, slant. And, boy, one thing about this offense, they've not found any rhythm trying to throw the ball. So when they do, it just seems like their timing is just off, and maybe that part of that is that missing 3 games. Your timing is just off between your quarterback and your receivers.
Still here, and the game's still close. That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
it might be a totally different story with 2 teams coming here prime, ready to go.
Well, for sure. I mean, you wonder again how much that timing is thrown off. It's really hurt a couple of pass plays for Nettleton tonight. So 6:57 to go in this one, 2nd and 10. 34-yard line. And Scarlett on the draw. Davalier right there.
Backside and scooped onto that jersey and it's like, come here. Long, fast person. To be that big. Walking around just strutting, son. Like, I'm going to come back here again, and we're going to meet in the backfield this time and have a little conversation.
All right. So once again, now we got another stoppage in play. 6:26 to go.
Don't point your finger that way.
And again, I don't know what we're doing. What are they? I don't understand. Now they're
equipment malfunction.
Do we have another equipment issue?
It's got to be. He just sent 18 off the field.
I'm not understanding. I'm watching 18 to see if he does anything when he gets off the field. But he didn't. I don't.
Hang on, like a face mask?
They don't have to have those on. I don't know what's going on right now. They'll throw this one to the left. Oh, he had his man, and the ball's dropped. So that's going to bring up a 4th down. And at this point in the game, I mean, you're in terrible field position, but I don't know how you don't go for this. 4th and 7.
Davalier over there still talking trash.
And we'll see if they let Davalier pin those ears back and come after Scarlett on this one.
Well, I'd send him, Marshall, and Scott and just see what happens and where we can meet in the backfield.
And now Scarlett, he's able to break free. He's got the first down across the 45 to the 49-yard line. What a tough, heady play by Cameron Scarlett to get that first down on 4th and 7 on a play that looked like it was destined for a loss.
It was not in the best interest of the quarterback to stay in the backfield.
No. His pocket collapsed in a hurry on that one.
Commend that left tackle for hanging on to Davalier for sure.
And Scarlett looking for some room. He somehow squeezes through that. He's going to get 5 out of that. And he'll hop up there. Look like we might have had an injured Maumelle player, but hops right back up. So 2nd and 5. 5:40 to go in this ball game. Nettleton feeling the pressures. They got to get down the field and get 6 here. Scarlett, that's a screen pass. He took a huge hit. That Davalier and Marshall back there, I think, but the play is going to result in another Nettleton Raider first down.
Maumel's amped about it. I don't understand why.
5:12 to go. Clock started to run when it shouldn't have.
Looks like Lake Hamilton's going to go ahead and take this one home.
They did.
49-36 final, Steve.
But, boy, give
Sheridan
a lot of credit.
That's never quit. And couldn't have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come back to lead the game at the end of the third quarter. We're down 13. We're going to score 14. Watch this.
Yeah.
Quickly.
So 5:11 to go in this one. And I tell you, here's one, and they are trying to readjust this clock. If I am Nettleton's coaching staff, they've lost about 8 seconds since that last touchdown in letting the clock run. Now the official's trying to get the attention of our scoreboard operator, and we'll see if he obliges. 5:14.
There's 3 seconds back, so now they've only lost 5.
All right, I guess the official's happy with 5:14. He's still staring at the clock like he wants more. Like he's just waiting. He's still staring at it. It's not doing anything. Oh my goodness, they got it all back. All right. Well, they must have heard me.
Now it's already running off the clock again.
Okay.
And we're back to 5:11.
And the ball's on the ground. Scarlett's still on the ground. Ball's still out. And I think Maumel's got it. No, still out. And now, my gosh.
Golly, what a turn of events.
Somehow.
That ball squirted around there all over the place, didn't it?
I'm not sure how Nettleton ends up back on top of that football, but they do. But now they've got a long way to go on 2nd down. 2nd and about 22 yards to go. As they are all the way back into their own territory at the 48-yard line. They need the 30 of Maumelle for a first down. So 2nd and a long way to go. And big blitz from Marshall, and Marshall's got him.
Letting go. The biggest, smallest linebacker on the field, man. He's like 165 pounds.
And, I mean, you've seen – we've seen, what, 7 of these – Maumel's played, 7 games this year, I believe.
He's in the backfield 75% of the time.
And he blitzes that same blitz, and teams just can't stop it. He's just too quick. Now that they don't have Jordan Scott on this end, now it's a 3rd and forever again. And look at Davalier. Davalier got held. They don't call it, and now here's the call. And it took forever to get – boy, oh, boy. Scarlett. Wow, man. Wow is all I can say.
3rd and 27 before this one.
And that Maumelle defense pinned their ears back and was coming on an obvious passing down there.
4 is on the field now.
And you got to take this penalty.
Decline it.
I guess you're going to be 4th and a mile here, but I'd like to make it 4th and 2 miles if I'm Maumelle, or 3rd and 2 miles, and pin my ears back and come after him again.
All right, you get the sack too.
That's true. Don't take the sack away from him, I guess. That'll look good in the stat line.
Not the stat. I'm talking about you get the sack yardage.
Right. That is true. So 4th down, 29 to go here. Clock is running, 3:40 to go, and it's desperation time for Nettleton.
What play do you have in the book for 4th and 29?
a prayer.
Are you living on it?
Yeah, right now I am if I'm Nettleton. 4th and 7 looks easy.
Take my hand.
They'll fake this one.
We'll
He's going to have something. He's going deep. Launches this up. His receiver stopped early. It's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Maumel, trying to get a number as he's looking to return this. Back across the field, 35, 40, 45. Keontae Sykes to midfield to the 49-yard line.
That's Sheriff Ford Burton, sir.
No way. Was that Burt?
Yes, sir.
You are right. It was Sheriff Ford Burton.
There we go. Has to be.
And that's big. That's a huge play.
That's your,
I mean, in essence.
Come on, Brain. What's the word?
I mean, in essence, it works like a punt. But Burton, what a play. What a great job by the Sheriff Ford Burton to get that pick.
A punt with a great return.
Yeah, and then return it.
Almost back to where they snapped the ball from.
Yeah, just about. A first down would get them. If they got a first down, they'd be where Nettleton was. So, Maumelle 3:10 to go in this one. And there's the snap. They'll hand this one. That's big man. Is that Brewer or Scott? I can't tell.
Looked like he has some white on. I think Brewer's wearing white. Scott was wearing a gray.
That is Brewer. That is Carlos Brewer on the carry. So Maumelle going to bring the beef in here to try to wear down this last 3 minutes. 2:50 to go. Nettleton's not even trying to stop the clock. And I guess I probably should head down to the field now that I realize how much time's left in this game. All right. So I'm going to head down. I'm going to leave this one over to Andy, and I'm going to run down and get with our coach and our player of the game, and I will see you guys on the field. Literally just realized.
Well, you know who the player of the game is going to be, so that's a good start for you. You don't have to ask. Maumelle ready to snap the ball here. Be a handoff to Jalen Waits, if I'm not mistaken. White cleats. Timeout, Nettleton. Hey, Will, you got your ears on up there? Ah, come on, you need a mic, man. Makes it more fun when you can talk with somebody.
But you don't have to tell me twice.
You can't lie about that. Thank you, sir.
Just don't put me in that in-the-game situation.
Don't ask you too many questions.
Yeah.
I'll help you out from last week. Told you it was kind of difficult getting up there by yourself and figuring out what was going on with it.
Man, you just
Steve does a great job with it, that's for sure.
Yeah, you have riders block you. You're sitting there watching it, and you're like, hey, well, how do I describe
My brain quit
this?
working.
Yeah.
The quarterback got the snap, and he handed it to the running back, and he ran by the defensive line, and he got tackled.
Well, see, with me just up here, I don't sit here and pay attention to what players are who.
No, you
so
got
I don't know.
Else.
Yeah, I don't know who's who. So when I'm at the end of the game, I'm like, he hands off to the running back. I'm like, I think that's
well, right
who
now
that
you
is.
got Carlos Brewer in the backfield behind
the big boy.
with Anthony Reyes.
We've become pretty familiar with Maumelle since we.
Yeah.
I think this is the 4th or 5th game we've done of theirs.
Yeah, it definitely helps out. That's for sure. So I don't really look for Maumelle to do much more than just drive the ball straight down the field here.
Yeah, no,
I mean, it's a 3rd and 2. There's 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go. They get a first down here. I would be really hard pressed to see Nettleton even stop the clock. But
yeah, I don't see them stopping the clock if they get a first down.
Brewer in the backfield. They get moted up back. Reyes hands to Brewer. Brewer off the right side, and he is running down the field.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they stop the clock now.
No, he tackled about the 27-yard line, 28. So, yeah. Well, they did.
Really?
204.
Oh, no.
203.
Well, then to stop the.
Yeah.
Or
He went
to,
real far in 3 seconds. Still got Carlos Brewer in the backfield, lined up behind Reyes in the pistol here.
Yeah, 20 seconds on the play clock. They'll probably let it run down.
3 receivers on the long side of the field. Looks like they're going to change the play, though.
He was just telling them to get up on the line of scrimmage. Definitely don't want any
Hand
penalties.
off to Brewer. Patiently waiting on his blocks. Down to about the 22.
I tell you, that's where these big running backs can come in handy. You got the
Wear on
defense
folks for sure.
Yeah, the defense tired now. They're just they're exhausted. So you get that big boy in there, just bowling ball.
Nettleton called a timeout though.
Interesting. Like Steve said, this game has been a little bit closer than we were expecting, but it was a 10-point. I guess a 10-point.
10 or 13 was this.
Yeah, I think it was 10-point by Hootens. So I guess it's probably gonna play out right around that 12 points. So because I don't see Maumelle scoring here unless Nettleton just lets them. Yeah.
I mean, he was really close to breaking that one
a couple times.
So the tailback wants it for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. As the offensive guy, you definitely want it. I know.
You want it on the stats.
Yeah, definitely. Last week, Mount Home versus Parkview, they tried their hardest not to score, and they were down the 1 yard line to end the game.
Yeah. Both hands on the football, right over tackle, or over guard. Excuse me. Down, and looks like that's going to be another first down. Very well could see him step back into victory formation here and go ahead and respectfully end this one.
Yeah.
It looks like that's what's going to happen.
1:15 left. So.
Get 26 seconds left on the play clock, a minute 10 to do.
So did Steve tell you who the player of the game is? It going to be Ford Burton, or is it going to be the running back?
I think we're going to be Ford Burton after that big pick.
Yeah.
I mean, he's had a touchdown. He's had pretty good hands on the ball, several receptions.
That'd be good. Maumelle lives to play another round of the playoffs. I think they'll be on their road this next week if Wynn takes care of business.
Think so?
If I read the bracket right.
Yeah.
Of course, Wynn's got the offensive lineman who's a Razorback commit. I think Terry Lambert.
Yeah. Small kid there, too. And that will probably be the ball game.
Get Steve on here.
I see him down there. So. He needs a backpack. Looks like he'll fit in better.
The thing is he's not going to be immediately with them anyways.
Oh, no.
Always have their team meeting. Let Nettleton know good season.
Absolutely.
They're going to come out and do their cross-field wave. Good sportsmanship.
Absolutely. Got to commend the Nettleton team that hadn't played since week 7 to come in here and to put on as good of a performance as they did to keep that game that close.
Yes, sir.
Wasn't until late that was really decided at all. I mean, that game was close. Very well could have been a missed extra point that could have changed that entire game very easily.
Yeah, just a couple plays here or there for Nettleton, and this could have been a whole different game. So.
That's for sure. Steve has already got his man.
Okay, well, let me get him on here. And
I follow this kid on Twitter after watching a few of his, being up here and watching some of his games. And, well, they're going to have a little team meeting. They'll bring him back over, looks like.
Yeah,
Steve's giving you a call, I think.
And I've got him on. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, you got me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna get away, buddy.
I'm gonna get away from the band for a minute. We're waiting on our player of the game to share Ford Burton as he heads into the locker room with the coaching staff, and they are gonna have their post-game chat, and then we will get with Coach as well as Ford Burton here in just a moment.
Imagine you got a few questions for him this game, don't you?
Just a couple I'm sure we can come up with. I'm going to try to catch Coach Horton as well.
It sounds like a good plan. Like I said, that kid has been a star in almost every game we've watched him play in, with either a big catch downfield or whether he's throwing the ball, whether he's catching it on a reverse. I mean, he's everywhere on everything, and now defense with an interception. So,
well, and we had a couple of options down here. We were a couple of us with a couple different sporting groups down here. We're trying to discuss who we wanted as our player of the game, and I think we traded off. We took Ford Burton, and they took Jalen Smith. So
that works
J-Bo's
great.
going to get some love tonight as well.
He should. He deserves it. Ford Burton with the interception I don't know how many receptions he had, Steve. I'd probably put it up in the probably 6 to 8 range. Obviously, don't know the yardage, score, and a pick.
I was trying to catch some stats from down here while I was here and couldn't get them. We'll switch you over second to speaker. Y'all let me know if I'm still coming through pretty good.
Oh, you're great right now as long as that phone's stuck to your face.
Okay. I know we've had some audio issues at times, so.
Yeah, typically when you roll away and if you don't have the mic right there in front of your face or their face when you're asking the question, it's going to break up from what I can see. We should try new stuff tonight.
We wait here. We're waiting our turn in line here for Coach Horton, and then waiting for Ford Burton to come out of the locker room.
Tell them we should be first. Come on now. We should have drawn straws or flipped for it or something.
Well, I thought we were going through there for a moment.
Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah. Yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed the game tonight. We appreciate everybody joining us. We love all our Maumelle fans who have joined us throughout this year. Hopefully, this isn't our last time to get to watch the Maumelle football this year. They're going to head to win next week.
Is that how the bracket lines up?
That is how it lines up. I'm going to take you off the speaker here.
All I hear is drums.
I know it. I'll try to move toward. Hey, Coach, I'm going to get you in Fort Burton, too, when you get a chance. Yeah. All right, the coach is headed to the locker room to address his team as we wait here. And
oh, yeah. Looks like we got a couple of late scores coming in here, Steve.
I might try to go ahead and get Nettleton's coach here for a second as well, if you guys would like.
Go for it. That's a good get for sure. Looks like it just came through that Van Buren beat Jonesboro, Steve, 37-14.
Wow. Surprising score there, but Van Buren was playing really hot. They gave everything they could handle in week 10 of the season, so not overly surprised that Van Buren won that.
Yeah.
So Vallonia
we await our coaches here. Let them address their team.
I think while we're waiting on that, you want to run through a few scores?
I've got some scores here.
Because Will's got some scores in front of him. Go for it, Will.
Okay, so Vallonia beats Watson Chapel 60-21.
Wow.
Cabot over Rogers 48-15.
Okay.
Mountain Home over Pine Bluff 24-20. Clarksville squeaks by Green County Tech 21-20. Truman over Heber Springs 43-14. Derricks over Mountainburg 50-0.
That's a close one.
Yeah. Morrilton beats up on Hope 58-14. Hamburg over Westside 76-41.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Batesville.
The basketball score.
Yeah. Batesville over Jacksonville 42-0. Magnolia beats Pea Ridge 55-21. Conway over Springdale 66-21. Greenbrier over Brooklyn 43-28. Bryant beats Rogers Heritage 34-7.
All right, let me interrupt you here.
Okay.
Coach, you got a minute for me? Yeah, Coach here from Nettleton. So, Coach, Steve Henson, Natural State Sports. We had the stream tonight, so appreciate getting to watch you guys talk a little bit about this game. Obviously, great job by your guys to really fight 3 weeks off. How much impact did that have on your kids tonight with those 3 guys out, or with the 3 weeks off?
Well, honestly, I was concerned, about rust and how we would perform in game, action. Honestly, our guys came out and played pretty dang well, considering they hadn't played a game for 3 weeks. I think the biggest issue we had tonight, yesterday we had our starting kicker and backup kicker both quarantined. So we were kind of, had some new guys in there. And so you saw the first onside, we had a chance and just kind of left a little early, a little premature. But, us guys stepping in and trying to make a play. And like I said, I was pleased with our kids, the effort they gave tonight.
Yeah, they really seemed to fight really hard out there tonight. A great game, 13-7, obviously at the half, and really battled a team in Maumelle that's really got some good speed. Talk about how you guys neutralized that speed.
Well, number one, we wanted to kind of control the ball offensively and keep the ball away from them. And I thought for the most part we were able to do that. And then defensively, we wanted to just try to move and slant. We knew we just couldn't play head up with them, because they're too big, too strong. So we were able to slant, move, and kind of use our quickness to try to keep them off balance, and we did that for the most part.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time, and we'll let you get over and celebrate or get with your team and talk to them. But congrats on your season, and we appreciate you joining us. All right, thanks, Coach. All right. All right, what's going on, Michelle? How are you?
Doing good.
I'm going to let you look right up there at the camera deck right now. You are a Natural State Sports Player of the Game. So we've had the opportunity to call a lot of games, a lot of y'all's games this year. We've really enjoyed it, and we've been able to pass this little plaque around to a few different guys. But tonight was your night. Great job tonight. Good game on the receiving side. The big interception that was kind of the stealer of the game. Talk about how you guys work. This was a Nettleton team that was a little bigger than I anticipated they were. Their speed seemed to match up a little bit. Talk about how well they played you guys on the offense.
They played us real good. We didn't underestimate them. Playoffs, everybody here, they got something to play for. We got something to play for. So we had to come out and compete like, hey, they're the best team in the nation. We had to come out and compete.
So what is this, 4 wins in a row since the COVID issues hit? Talk about that 4-week stretch, what it was like. Was it maybe a little bit of a refresher to have that time off?
Yes, sir. We had to overcome adversity. Those people were playing during that time and we wasn't. So they gave us time to get together and become a team. Because we're a young team, and then like me, I just transferred here. So we trying to get that bond, and I feel like we got that bond during that time. And that's what's creating this winning legacy here, man.
Well, talk about that interception late. Obviously, the game stealer almost worked like a punt, 4th down, and forever to go. You guys really came after those guys, pinned your ears back on defense. Talk about what you saw in that interception and the play you made. And were you looking to get in the end zone?
My coaches just put me in the right spot. They put me in when they need me, and I'm going to do what's right for the team. And, I was a gas, so I take it to the house. Any other time, I don't take it to the house.
Well, we've seen you score just about every way possible, so we'd love to see you score that way. But congratulations. Good luck next week. Think you are headed to win, so good luck. And we'll be following you again next week as well.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. Right, go ahead. I'll take that. I'll get that back to you. Coach, if you got a minute, I'm going to get Coach Horton in here with us as well. Coach?
Hey,
how are you? So, been a crazy season so far this year. Lots of up and down, lots of uncertainty with COVID. You play a team here that comes off of a 3-week rest break, basically. I think a question was how well they were going to play, any rust, physicality, how that would matter. And it looked like they really played you guys extremely tough.
They did. That's a well-coached team over there, and there's a bunch of guys that stuck together and played their butts off tonight. I really tip my cap to those guys. They came out and gave us everything we wanted and then some.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, talk about how proud you are of your team. These guys, it's something that I've noticed as we've come out here the last few weeks. We were out here for the Whitehall game. It was a lot of fun to watch you guys kind of get Jordan Scott involved. But it seems like every week it's just a new athlete you guys are throwing in there. Is that a sign of the COVID times and how you're having to run practices? Or is that just how many athletes are on this team that can contribute?
Maumel's always been athletic, and the knock's always been that we're not disciplined and we can't keep together when we have adversity. And, last year we started to really turn that corner, and this year it's even better. Our guys don't let each other get down. Somebody needs to step up. It's the next guy's going to step up. Some weeks that we have a matchup we like, we use somebody. The next week we may change it up just because we have a better look. What helps the team most is what these guys are about, and I can't speak more highly of that.
Well, Coach, congratulations. You guys did a great job, great win. Good luck next week against Wynn. Yes, sir. Thank you. All right, guys.
I was hoping you get a chance to get him about that big package they put down there close to the end zone there.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was going with it. But anyway, that's going to do it from down here on the field. As the Nettleton Raiders head on to their buses and Maumelle heads to their locker room celebrating a big win. So thanks again to everybody watching tonight. We appreciate everybody joining us and look for our announcement as to where we'll be again next week. I'm going to send this one back up to the booth with Andy and Will. I'll get things cleaned up over there, and I'll meet you in the truck.
Deal. Said no one.
Yeah.
Well, Will, what do you think?
It was a good game. So it's a good game by Maumelle and Nettleton. They fought hard to the end after some, COVID controversies over the last couple of weeks. So hats off to them. Maumelle, they've got to gear up now and get ready to head on the road, I think, to win next week. That's going to be a big test for them. So if they can overcome that, the War Memorial is ultimately the goal. And have a good shot if they can win
to
make it.
Yeah,
make a run to that state title to War Memorial. So, like Steve said, keep an eye on our Facebook and Twitter to see, our announcement as to where we're going to be this next week. So,
once again, closing down from here in Maumelle 19, Nettleton 7, and that is your final.
Have a good